just in a part of recruiting and helping out in that side of things. So, and then it gathered momentum in about the 2 weeks.
Were you happy with the fact that when you had a coffee with him in Altona, they all knew who he was and they had no idea who you were then? That was good.
Yeah.
They probably hid everything that you might be going to Lara. Who's that bloke that Devon Smith's having a coffee with?
Yeah, I had my polo top on and everything. No, I didn't.
I'm from the Lara Footy Club.
We've been talking about catching up more on what they do to review everything, and we hadn't really got around to it. And then he reached out and we went and sat down and had a coffee and we just spoke about everything. And then that was something about future plans for him, because he knew he was sort of coming to the end as well, and it was like, as we said, he's got a lot of close mates at Lara and he wanted to come back and help the club, but he also wants to play with them and finish up. I mean, he could have hung him up really at the end of the year after what he's been through, and then he's gone, nah, I want to enjoy my footy. He's been,
Is his knee going to be okay?
His knee will be fine.
Yeah, right, okay.
He's already running.
Just for the rigours of AFL football, but for GFL football, he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. Yeah. I think it is just the fact that what you have to do to get yourself up week in, week out. Yeah. And he's had that knee for quite a while, so he knows he can manage it.
Yep. That's good.
Yeah. No, it's exciting.
What another really important aspect of it is, Rock, that not only because of what he can bring to the footy club at the top end and the senior end, but he's a bloke who's just stepped out of the AFL recently, not 5 years ago or anything like that, which means a lot of the junior players know who he is and
what he does.
And what he does, and he's an ex-AFL player that's just finished right now yesterday, more or less. So what it does is it gets the junior program excited as well, and you get him coming down to a night or two with the junior program, and all of a sudden, your numbers swell and the kids are more invested as well, and just gives a real hype from bottom end to the top end.
Yeah, it does, and we've lost probably a few juniors in that top end 16s, gone to other academies and that sort of thing, because exactly what you're saying, Kirsch, just because there's somebody with a profile outside of that, and then, this attracts them back. So it was, and the last week when he was there, you get the juniors walking past going, oh, what's an AFL player doing in the box? And so it sort of gathered a little bit of momentum there, and we do. We hope that, the excitement, you probably don't realise when you're, sort of close with him and we've had chats, how much he reaches out to other people outside of those circles and what he means to the club, I guess.
That's right.
And he's a one-pointer.
But he's invested now too, so the spread is huge.
Yeah, it's massive.
Rock, we really appreciate you dropping by. It's a great announcement, not only for your club, but it's a great announcement for the competition to have now Dev Smith come back into the competition, Mark Neal coaching South Barn Butter at Leopold. Like, the quality of name, the quality of coach just continues to grow, and then obviously the recruiting that you might be able to do off the back of that, and with the kids, the ex-kids that you've got floating around out in state leagues and the like that have got some ability as well, whether this is a lure for them to potentially pull on the hoops again is something hopefully you can cash in over the next couple of years.
Yeah, and that's what it's about, getting good people back to the club, and hopefully he can draw a lot of that, and then it's just, he's come in at the perfect time where we needed that little bit more of injection. We've stemmed the bleeding and we've done everything else to sort of start getting us in the right direction, and now he can really help us take that next step, and as you said, get back to being relevant in the GFL.
Absolutely. Rock, appreciate you taking the time to have a chat to us, and for your sake, when we are talking in the finals next, it will be...
Well, yeah, hopefully. We won't get too far ahead of ourselves. I wasn't looking at the week off early.
Crawl before you walk.
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks for joining us, Rock. And well done again. Shane Stone joining us there, the coach of Lara. Well, now, co-coach of Lara, who, of course, they've snaffled the big one. They've thrown the line out, they've gone deep, and they've pulled in the big bluefin tuna in Devon Smith, and well done to the Cats, and that's going to be a lot of fun next year seeing Dev Smith.
He's a great bloke too, can I say? Like
Dev is a legend.
I had a bet to do with him when he was younger, and at a certain school that he went to, and I'll tell you what, he is going to have them fit as a fiddle out there. They're not going to know what's hit them in pre-season.
And they'll have some fun off-field too, let me tell you.
Yeah, a couple of big nights.
All right, let's take a break, come back. Both teams are out just doing their pre-game warm-up. They're about to head back to the rooms, and we're going to head down Boundary side on the other side of this. Jane Birch will give us a bit of a weather update. just got a little bit cloudier. In fact, the sun's just poked behind those clouds for the moment, but the breeze is still up and blowing to the southern end. And of course, Shane Stone joined us for HMC Flooring. Before the bounce for the Ponds and Norlane Hotel and Team Tyre Power, get your friends together and have a fun day out at the Ponds and Norlane Hotel. It's Sunday afternoon football. It's the elimination final of 2022. Leopold and St Joseph's from West Oval. Thanks to Epco Cafe 24/7 and the new Mexican Jaffle. Live, breathe, K-Rock footy.
Herbie and Josh.
It's about the other companies that have lied, because there's been a few of them. The ABC Food Group, this was over in the UK.
Yep.
It was one of the biggest scandals to hit Europe. Investigators found that they were using horse meat and selling it as beef. With around 75% of samples containing horse meat. Some even had pig meat, which doesn't seem as bad.
As horse meat?
No, because like we all eat pork.
Yeah.
So like...
What's it saying? Like, I could eat a horse? These people were.
Yeah, they were, yeah. Little do they know.
Herbie and Josh. Weekdays from 4pm. Only on K-Rock 955. 2 brand new Mimosa Homes displays now open in Austin Lara. mimosahomes.com.au.
Picking up a snack for the road? Drive through a KFC for a popcorn chicken go bucket for just $3.95 now. Just grab one and go! Not everywhere and not forever. Pick up only.
Hi, I'm Patrick Dangerfield. When you're on the highway to the danger zone, make sure it's in a Rex Gorell new or used car. Rex Gorell just can't be beaten. They top the ladder when it comes to range, service, value and quality. So you'll only get the best when you buy your car from Rex Gorell. Family owned and committed to Geelong. Do what I've done. Join the winning team at Rex Gorell.
Rex Gorell, Fyan Street on the Trobe Terrace, Geelong. Visit rexgorell.com.au. LMCTs 1308 8349.
You play strong. Now look strong. Loco Sportswear ice stream apparel for championship teams. On the field, on the court, all sports. Plus a full range of training wear and supporter merchandise. No artwork fees, no delivery fees, just great value. And Loco Sportswear turns around orders fast. They can even set up an online store for your club. Loco Sportswear. Play strong, look strong. locosportswear.com.au.
Looking to buy a boat? See the Bellarine Peninsula's largest indoor display of new boats at Geelong Marine World. Family owned and operated, Geelong Marine World has a huge range of fiberglass and aluminium boats powered by Suzuki, the ultimate outboard motor, ranging from 2.5 to 350 horsepower. Finance and insurance available and supported by an authorised Suzuki service centre. Cruising, fishing or fun? Get out on the water with Geelong Marine World. Port Arlington Road, Moolap. GeelongMarineWorld.com.au.
If you're looking to train for skills you want to gain, brain operation is a great occupation. Multi-skills, unleash your potential. Multi-skills, unleash your potential.
Multiskills.com.au. RTO ID 40846.
So, Optus is at Harvey Norman Computers, Corio and Warren Ponds?
Yeah, there's a premium Optus store inside Harvey Norman Computers, Corio and Warren Ponds.
Okay, so there's Harvey Norman Computers, and then inside there's a premium Optus store?
Do we really need to go over this again?
So it's like a shop within a shop?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
So I can go in there and get a new phone or a new phone plan?
Yes, it's an Optus shop.
Sweet. I'll be back with a new phone from the shop within a shop at Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Elimination final action. Umpires are out on the field controlling the action this afternoon. Liam Clark, Steve Ganaccia and Hamish Irvin will be all over the clash between Leopold and St Joseph's. Both teams are back in the rooms. We'll be back out shortly because we are only 6 minutes away from bounce. Thanks to South Point Garden Supplies. Ash and the team, 15 Boneyards Avenue in Torquay, just behind the Bunnings. Our ground report, Jane Birch is down boundary side. She's got the sketches on the deck. What have you getting underfoot, Birchie? And give us a bit of a wind update as well.
Yeah, that wind's really sprung up now, and there's quite a bit of cloud cover around, but it's probably a 3 to 4 goal wind heading towards the Church Street end, so that's certainly going to be the scoring end. And the deck's pretty good. It is quite firm, so and in some patches it's not as green as others, but it's pretty good for footy, the surface.
Okay, and we'll keep an eye on the toss. We missed it yesterday, but the toss is actually going to mean a bit today with that breeze for Multi-Skills. Kirsch, unleash your potential with construction industry training at Multi-Skills. Buddha Hocking did touch on it, that, of course, that if you are kicking into it in the first quarter, your mindset might change slightly in terms of how you defend.
Oh, 100%. You've probably got that more, I guess, defensive mindset. But you have a look at yesterday with the way Newtown jumped up out the blocks and really set the tone. You could almost say by quarter time it was over yesterday, the way they come out and played. And if you can get that sort of jump with the breeze and then defend it well in the second quarter, then you've set yourself up really well for a victory for the day. So it is crucial as to whether you start with it or not. And like Jay said off air before, who knows, the wind could die down or swing direction. So I think you take the advantage while you can early.
Leopold and Joey's now both out on the ground. We'll stay around the grounds for Leopold Sporties today. GDFL, of course, a first semi-final, which is a knockout final. Bannockburn and Belpo still as a game. We'll be keeping an eye on Leopold Sporties, your complete family venue. The Twitter poll is in. Getting to KFC today for a $3.95 popcorn chicken go bucket. And the final result of a poll, we ran for about 4 hours this morning. We usually try and run it just on game day in the morning to get your thoughts. And 54-46 Leopold favouring St Joseph's.
Tightened up a bit
percentage-wise, so yeah, so that's probably hopefully how the afternoon plays out for both the fans that are here. It's a good crowd that have rolled in. Good the Flowers family stand, the old Bluestone grandstand that survived the upgrade here, which is very important that it did, because it's a great piece of little historic heritage of local footy. Is going to have a good crowd inside it. So 54-46 Leopold and St Joseph's in the Twitter poll this afternoon. KFC $3.95 popcorn chicken go bucket. Head-to-head, Geelong Insurance Brokers covering Geelong for 29 years. Kirsch, what is your head-to-head that's going to have an influence on this contest this afternoon?
Well, we both know how the teams are going to play. We both know it's going to be that contested ball with those two midfields. Yesterday we had a really good head-to-head with Darcy Lang and Blake Sutterby, and in the end it turned out to be the Sutterby got on top. But today I think we've got probably two of the best midfielders in the comp, and some pundits have even said they might go 1-2 in the Matheson medal tomorrow night, and that is James Gow versus Marcus the Pup Thompson. I think it's going to be an absolute cracker of a head-to-head. They'll go to each other at stoppages. They won't get each other around the ground because they'll try and play off each other and be that advantage for their team. But as a two midfield supremos going head-to-head, watch out for these ones, folks. This is going to be a ripper.
GeelongInsuranceBrokers.com.au. Don and the team at Geelong Insurance Brokers, finalists in the Geelong Business Excellence Awards, and with more than 40 years in the insurance industry, Don and the team at Geelong Insurance Brokers work with their clients to ensure they have the right cover, not just the cheapest premium. Jane Birchall down boundary side, toss of the coin is about to take place, and I think it might have just taken place. It's lost Birchie there from there. Birchie, come on in.
It looked like St Joey's has won the toss, and they'll be kicking to the Church Street end to start with.
So that might be very important in the final wash-up with the breeze. Is it still blowing with a decent gust towards that southern end, Birchie?
Yeah, it is.
Jane Birch down boundary side. Ground report for South Point Garden Supply. Got a winner and a margin, Birchie?
I'm going for St Joseph's by 3 points.
It has nothing to do with you being an AFL Barwon Division 2 Premiership player this year, does it?
No, not at all.
Laurie Hill? Leopold by 20 points for the pothole. Laurie Hill. Jason?
I've been tossing up all morning. Leopold by 3 points in overtime.
You know how that went for you yesterday.
I know. I'm going to get an overtime yesterday. I'm going to get an overtime somewhere along the line. I think just the polders. Just.
Kirsch.
Well, the pendulum suggests that's a 10-point win to Leopold. Is the pendulum. That's the swing. But given the conditions today, and both teams are going to get half the advantage with the breeze, I'm going to swing my advantage and go to St Joseph's by 4 points.
St Joseph's by 4 for Matty Kershaw. Leopold for me this afternoon by 17 points will be the final margin here at West Oval. Players making their way into position. It'll be very interesting to see Leopold in terms of putting somebody behind the footy early, who that might be. Connor Giddings shapes is probably the most obvious one to go back and help out the likes of Jennings and Thompson.
Yeah, look, and you can't just stick someone behind the ball just because you want to stick someone behind the ball. It's got to be someone who can actually play that role, defend when they have to, run off when they have to. So that's going to be real crucial, Kingy, as to who they do slide behind the ball. So it'll be one to watch early.
Ollie Tate's gone forward as well. He's another one that's got that experience and nous to be able to do that. So
yeah, 100%.
What about this starting midfield for Leopold? The two Thompsons, Wagner and West.
Yeah.
And then you got Adams, you've got Gow, and you've also got, is that
Antonak.
Antonak
Louis
in there,
Antonak's
and
in there.
Josh Hovey. So it's a battle royale, and it looks like Antonak might have that's possibly a little bit of a checking role on Marcus Thompson.
Well, it could be.
Kelly Plant Farms.
Like they said, they're going to go head-to-head, so we'll back him on that they're going to go head-to-head, and we'll just see what happens around the stoppages at the start.
Clohessy and Liam Herbert on this wing too is an absolute cracker too.
Brilliant matchup, that one.
For Wombat Gully Plant Farm, Wombat Gully Plant Farm 201 Townsend Road in Moorlap. Umpires in position, players in position, crowd in position, we're in position, and we can't wait. This should be an absolute cracker of an elimination final. Survive and advance is the theme. The loser goes home, and we'll see you in 2023. First quarter for Harvey Norman. Here's Jace.
So it's going to be Hovey and Trent West for Leopold, who gets it down. Thompson gets it away to Thompson. Surprise, surprise, in the middle for the Lions, and they go wide. And they get it to Feely, who's playing on centre wing on the outer side, goes wide, looking for Williamson for the Lions, but way too wide. That breeze already wreaking havoc with Leopold moving sideways rather than forward then. And we're going to have a boundary throw in on the outer side. Centre wing position for Josh Hovey to come in with Trent West. West gets it down again. Antonak roves for St Joseph's. Gets the hands free. Off a quick step, Smith goes with the kick towards St Joseph's half-forward line. And it's had a free kick found, I think it is. It's going to be over the shoulder too high. And Nick Lane's going to take it. Defensive 50 for Leopold.
I think Ollie Hennessy was the one that infringed. Lane sends a left foot kick to just forward of the wing. Hovey comes with a big spoil for St Joseph's. Fergus in front of the pack, had it knocked from his grasp. Ball's now on the deck and there's 4 players on it, and that's going nowhere. We'll get a ball up. Umpire Ganaccia says, give it to me. Whenever Rowan McSparron sees Steve Ganaccia, he just has chills after that deflection in the 2019 Grand Final off umpire Ganaccia. Umpire into the air. Hovey winning the tap down, but Jai Thompson, the roving quick handball release. Williamson took it, but had it knocked away by Reed Adams. Adams picked up the loose footy handball back to his skipper Hickey. Out tell Hickey giving it to Riley Ferguson now at left half back. He sends a kick for St Joseph's towards de Grandy. Trent Thompson with a good defensive spoil to knock it out of bounds, and we'll see it out of bounds at true centre wing outer side. So I reckon with that north sort of easterly breeze, we're going to see northwesterly breeze. We will see a lot of play on the eastern side of the ground in that scoreboard pocket.
Luke Webb started forward, guys, just with that breeze.
Boundary throw in. Now falls to Ferguson for St Joseph's. Gets it around the corner towards half forward. Callagher can't pick it up. First attempt, second was okay, but only gave it away to his opposite number, Thompson. And the number 3, his kick, though, was short, and Hickey takes the mark across centre wing. Al Hickey goes back for St Joseph's, inside defensive 50.
Leopold have done well here, Jace, to cover off those exits.
Finds James Hickey, who goes back to whence it came, coming up. Webb on a long lead with Burgess right next to him. It's off hands and out of bounds again for a boundary throw in on centre wing on the outer side. 2.5 played. Port Phillip Ferry's time clock. Port Phillip Ferry's, there's no better way to travel. And a boundary throw in.
Been sedate so far. Hovey, West from behind, maybe winning the tap. There was Adams doing the roving, gave it to Ferguson for St Joseph's, and his kick's good. Callagher marks on his chest. He's 70 from home, swings onto his right boot, sends it inside forward 50 now, looking for Grass on a lead. But Thompson filling the hole. That's Trent taking it for Leopold. Is a good strong mark. He's now called to play on though, Trent Thompson, and he's not the most sure at foot occasionally. He's kicked wide, was spoiled to ground, and Williamson picked it up nicely for Leopold. Broke the tackle of de Grandy, wants to come back inboard and finds Wagner, who's got it at the top of the 50-metre arc almost just right half back. Wagner played at Werribee this year in the VFL. That kick wasn't great. Morrison, standing tall, takes a good mark for St Joseph's on the true centre wing position.
So Morrison now from centre wing, drives it long inside 50. Webb with the set at the back, can't take the mark for St Joey's. Falls to the front, over the top of it, Mullen. Thompson into his back, umpire set over the shoulder. And Jack Mullen will take the free kick for St Joey's, 50 out from goal. And we've seen Jack Mullen. I think he's better on the run. Jack Mullen.
He might
run around here.
Exactly right. Don't rule that out yet, Jace.
Trent Thompson standing the mark, 50 from goal. He has got the aid of the breeze.
And Trent Thompson's on the mark.
Yes, that's right. So, and Trent Thompson's not even watching Jack Mullen as he comes in. He gives it everything he's got. He goes long. Has it got the distance? Oh, Grass put his hands up. Couldn't take the mark. It's off his hands and through for one behind for score of the elimination final to St Joey's. They are one behind. Leopold get to score. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
Ball about to be brought back into play. And bringing it towards This side of the ground is Matthews looking for Herbert. That's Liam. He can't mark. Al Hickey's there, and it's off hands and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Jane Birch down boundary side. Not the intensity that I think we saw yesterday in these early stages.
No, I was looking forward to that. I thought the first 5 minutes there might be some fireworks, but nothing much has eventuated.
Tap down West. He'll get a free kick, I reckon, for being held by Hovey in the ruck contest. It was one we could spot from here in the best seats in the house. West gives a handball off to Marcus Thompson. Drives a kick that went over the head of Tate. It'll bounce okay for Maybaum. He gave a handball on the up. Marcus, who was involved, gave it to Williamson, who was pushed as he kicked in the back by Buckley, and it'll come back from where that kick was taken. And it'll be Williamson, the Port Arlington product, who'll send the Lions into attack for the first time this afternoon. Haven't been inside forward 50 yet on the Kerrs High stat sheet, but a chance here in the hands of Brocky Williamson.
So he goes long now with Mark, and a good mark too in front of O'Dwyer at left half back for Leopold. Called to play on, wanted to give the handball. Instead goes with the kick towards centre wing. Marcus Herbert called out, punched away at the front. Wagner to track it towards the boundary line. Gives it back to Pitt off a step. Tumbling punt towards half forward. Oh, one-hander if you don't mind, Hickey. Hamlin Hanger contender at half back. And St Joey's just controlling the play across the half-back line at the moment, being able to have a few forward forays. And L goes to James with the kick. So Hickey to Hickey, and then he goes further back. Now Harrison Smith, last line of defence, goes across towards Glahesi at left half back. He drills it towards centre wing, and O'Dwyer takes the mark for St Joey's.
The Yarrawonga products got it as far as you can be away from the K-Rock broadcast booth. Sends it towards half forward and diving down low. Gow takes a good mark. Handball on the up for his skipper. Hickey, though, had a fumble, and then his handball was a little bit indiscriminate. Alderton came in for St Joseph's. He was taken down in a two-man tackle going nowhere. We'll get a ball up right half forward almost, left half forward almost at the point of the square. Joey's, they lead by 8, 2-3-15. Leopold 1-1-7 opening quarter thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. Into the air it goes for Giddings to win the tap down for Leopold into the path of Marcus Thompson, who sends the Lions towards half forward when looking for Tate. Good spoil came from Gus Humphrey to knock it out of bounds, and we'll get a boundary throw-in. Gee, some really good St Joseph's names running around. A couple of Humphreys, a Smith, sons of former guns, making their mark at GFL senior level. Boundary throw-in, attacking it hard. Alderton, handball back. Ferguson went to have a kick. It went back towards him. Now he's been pinged for holding the ball. And might be 52 against Ferguson, is it? No. And Tom Feely will take the resultant free kick for the Lions. He's got it at true centre wing.
Goes short and wide. Maybaum takes the mark in front of Antonak. So Leopold just tracking along boundary side on the outer side. Called to play on now. High, long kick towards Pitt. Going up, 3 Leopold players, in fact, went up in the end. Herbert at the back. Alderton for St Joey's gets the handball released to Sam Clahesi. He goes out wide. DeGrande over the top, can't take the mark. Lane in front. Webb tried to tap it on for St Joey's as well. He can't do so effectively. Burgess tracks it back through the middle. He can't pick it up for Leopold either. Now at the front, Webb gives it away to Alderton. Where's he going to go with the kick? It's a 2-on-1. Mullen has to try and work away against Matthews and also Gordon, but Matthews is there, gives it back to Gordon. They might be out of trouble. Leopold, short little kick, and they get it towards Harris Jennings at half back.
Just outside defensive 50, he has it. You can hear through our effects, Mike, how close the players are to us. Jennings might look to send it just down the line. West is his out option if he wants to go there. He just sends a kick up. It's not a great kick, and Hovey picks it off all a little bit too easily. Had to kick it with some penetration and didn't there, Harris Jennings. And Hovey was able to pick it off. He'll send a high kick inside forward 50. Mullen will present. Tried to work Jennings under the footy. Back of the pack was Dixon. Got a handball on the bounce towards Jennings. He picked it up off the ground and then was taken in a tackle. Ball spilled to Grandy. He lost it also in a tackle, but he's going to win a free kick for a push in the back. Not there, Kirsch for multi-skills.
Look, he was already in the play, wasn't he? He was already in the play, but yeah, I wouldn't have given it myself. But
unleash your potential with construction industry training and multi-skills. Check out multiskills.com.au. Matty Kershaw in the expert's chair.
Big kick.
It is a big kick, Paddy de Grandy, as we approach 23 and a half minutes gone. Port Phillip Ferry's time clock. He swings out to 51 out from goal, and like Jordan Muirhall before him, he's put that out on the full to the right forward pocket of the Church Street or southern end of West Oval. So opportunities going begging for St Joseph's. They got 8 points clear at the 17-minute mark and haven't been able to score since, despite having a couple of shots at goal. and Leopold hold firm with Nick Lane, who's got it in the left back pocket.
He has that awkward kicking style, Paddy de Grande, so it didn't help him on that occasion. The wind blew it out of his hands.
Lane goes short. It did too. To Burgess. Still inside defensive 50 for Leopold. All bit of candy. Sells it to Hennessy. Goes long with the kick. Holds up in the breeze. Maybaum's there from behind O'Dwyer with a big thump to the front of the pack. But the Lions have got the numbers. Wagner on the outside. Tries to drill the ball towards Liam Herbert. Can't take the mark. Jack Buckley with a fresh air shot. Ball over the boundary line up high, and Archie says, throw it in, thanks.
Lucky it was a fresh area. It was going out in the full.
It was. So 2-3-15 St Joey's. Leopold 1-1-7. We played 24 and a half in this first term. And the time clock, as always, thanks to Port Phillip Ferries. Port Phillip Ferries, there's no better way to travel.
Tom Scott doing a lot of hard work on O'Dwyer off the pack to try and give Pitt a free run. Wagner did the roving, but his handball that was intended for Hughes was cut off by Ferguson. But the quick kick forward on his non-preferred right foot lands on the chest of Lane, who's been solid through this first 25 minutes of play. Nick Lane with it next to the boundary line, left half back, kicks to the wing, it'll hold up in the breeze. Ferguson, good strong mark, front position in front of Pitt.
Too tall for Pitt, he was.
Ferguson kicks towards half forward into the lead of de Grande. Good spoil Matthews with a left fist. Fell for Marcus Thompson, who gave a handball to Wagner, who gave it to Lane. He'll get a block from Hughes. Lane will kick on his left, and here's Hovey getting a hand on it, knocking out of bounds for St Joseph's, a true centre wing. So the delivery down the line, not great from Leopold, but just an indication of how much that breeze is holding the ball up. And it will interest me to see how Leopold contend with the breeze going forward in this second quarter of play. Hovey front position uncontested, big fist forward 25 metres. Kelleher took it nicely, turned and snapped a kick inside 450 for Joey's. No mark to Grande, hitting it hard was Feely, did well. Looked to draw a man, but instead will have to kick under pressure from Mullen wide. He'll be wanting the boundary line. It's going to pitch and bounce and roll with Muir. Muir kept it alive, handball over the top. No, didn't keep it alive.
So then is it deliberate?
Well, he took the footy, and I reckon in bringing the ball back to handball and affect the handball, he's taken it out of bounds. So the call wasn't made until Muir got his hands on the footy. So it really probably can't call it as deliberate. 2-3-15 at the 26-minute mark of the first quarter. Leopold 1-1-7, Joey's by 8.
So Pantry throw in. And now Anzac runs away from the pack for St Joey's. Right foot with the outside of the right foot kick to Webb was perfect. Saw Luke Webb out the corner of his eye and got him and hit him. And he will shoot for goal from 40 out. 45-degree angle, and he loves a goal, Luke Webb.
He does love a goal, and we'll see a celebration, but I was about to put it on the Joey Smalls because the exits from Leopold have been too frequent and they haven't given enough pressure at the moment, the St Joseph Smalls, so this is a huge kick for a medium-sized player to change the trend.
Webb comes in, he's missed it, I think, and he has to the far side through for one behind, so missed opportunity there for St Joey's. 2-4-16. St Joey's, Leopold 1-1-7. We've played 27 minutes in this first term. Port Phillip Ferries time clock. Port Phillip Ferries is no better way to travel in the first term. As always, thanks to Harvey Norman. Think Harvey Norman for all your big brands at Geelong's best prices.
Bannockburn 26 lead, Bell Post Hill 8. So a good response from the Tigers, but you might suspect they're kicking with the breeze at the Gordon Tafe Oval. So long kick in again from Matthews. It holds up in the breeze. Trent Thompson front position couldn't mark. Good spoil. Hennessy not being able to keep it alive was Jennings. The Leopold, it's out of bounds. Boundary throw in. So quarter time at the Gordon Tafe Oval, and it is Bannockburn 4-2, Bell Post Hill 1-2-8. Thanks to Leopold Sporties, your complete family venue, Kensington Road in Leopold. Boundary throw in. West and Hovey in a wrestle. Neither can get their hand on the footy. It's going to be a free kick too high going which way, and it's going to be on the quarter time siren, and it's Louis Antonac with the footy in his hands. So man on the mark will stand around 60 from goal. He would have to get every piece of this if he was to get a third on the board for St Joseph's. Leopold have been able to get numbers all the way back. You would suspect that even with the aid of a handy breeze, Louis Antonac is going to...
He kicks this, I'll carry Kersham on my back.
Yeah, I'll let you.
Antonac, man on the mark, 60 from goal. If anything, he's just going to add a stat to the first highest stat sheet.
Drop punt.
He'll kick from very close to the man on the mark. He did get a very, very good piece of it, but it's going to hold up about 10 metres out from goal, get double-fisted away by Jennings. And that is quarter time here at West Oval. It's St Joseph's 2-4-16. Leopold 1-1-7 opening quarter, going 27-37 on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. So an entertaining opening term. We'll take a break, come back and have a look at the first quarter through the eyes of Matt Kershaw for multi-skills. St Joseph's by 9 points, thanks to Apco Cafe 24-7, the new Mexican Jaffle, only at Apco Cafe 24-7. Live, breathe, Carrot football.
Tom, Lingy and Loggy on K-Rock 955.
Possible small hail later on tonight too, so something to look forward to. Maybe bring the car in under the carport.
If you're lucky enough to have
a carport.
Yeah.
And to the underground car park?
No, you can't roll that gear.
Just rolling your gear,
Yeah, nah, get in ahead, mate. Get it, go. Lean into it.
Tom, Lingy and Loggy. 6 a.m. weekdays. K-Rock 955. Get the perfect fit with a swim spot and leisure membership.
Warralilly is a place with a great community vibe we like to call the Warralilly way of life. It all started 10 years ago when we welcomed our first resident. In 2022, we've hit another amazing milestone. 10,000 people who call Warralilly home. To celebrate, we're giving you $10,000 towards your block so you can make your mark at Warralilly, Geelong's fastest growing community. Plus, there'll be free family events throughout spring. To find out more, visit warralilly.com.au. Conditions apply.
Geelong Bank, a trusted bank that's integral to Geelong's community. Geelong Bank provides savings accounts, home and personal loans, investments and insurance, covering everything from your first bank account right through to buying your first home. A team of dedicated locals investing in locals. It's time you moved your banking closer to home. Geelong Bank, where we grow as individuals, as a community and as Geelong. Visit geelongbank.com.au for details.
Hello, Shane and Erin from Wombat Gully Plant Farm Geelong.
Dad, footy is on.
Okay, Erin, but I've got to tell everyone that just like a footy team, Wombat Gully Plant Farm are here to go the extra mile. Stick to the plan, have fun, work together and give it our best shot so your garden can be the greatest garden of all.
Dad, you sound just like a coach.
Oh, thanks, Erin. Now, whose turn is it to do the dishes?
Not me. I'm still on the bench, Dad.
Right. So see you soon at Wombat Gully Plant Farm.
201 Townsend Road, Moolah.
Warralilly is a place with a great community vibe we like to call the Warralilly way of life. It all started 10 years ago when we welcomed our first resident. In 2022, we've hit another amazing milestone. 10,000 people who call Warralilly home. To celebrate, we're giving you $10,000 towards your block so you can make your mark at Warralilly, Geelong's fastest growing community. Plus, there'll be free family events throughout spring. To find out more, visit warralilly.com.au. Conditions apply.
Thanks to our number one ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Man on the mark stands 45 from goal. He's on a 45-degree angle. He's got a good piece of it, and he's kicked a wonderful goal. He liked it too, and watch them come for him. Lemmy's Tavern goal of the afternoon contender from Clahessi. Looking for a mark. Oh, big fly. Jennings couldn't hang on to it and roped at the front by Webb. Kick inside 50 and Grass. He'll win a free kick for being held. No. And now Newhall taken high. So much going on in that little bit of carry on in the K-Rock box too. And that little passage of play. It had everything. It did have everything. Quarter time here at West Oval. 2-4-16 St Joseph's. Leopold 1-1-7. The goal kickers Grass and Clahessi for St Joseph's. You would have heard the Clahessi goal there in our highlights. Leopold, their goal coming from Tom Feely, came at the 8-minute mark. But Matty Kershaw in the experts chair for multi-skills, they did well to hold up into the breeze, Leopold. They did struggle to get it out of defensive 50, but they were able to just hold firm inside defensive 50, which was crucial, and allow only 2 goals.
Absolutely, they did. They defended really well, and they did it kind of all over the ground too. They defended that short kick and that angle that Buddha spoke about taken away from St Joseph. They only had the one switch of play that was quite aggressive and into their forward half, but all credit to Leopold the way they defended. Yeah, their kick went back out to a defensive structure of St Joseph's because of the breeze, but what I did like about it is they backed their structure, they backed each other, and they didn't put that +1 down there. They actually stayed head-to-head for the whole quarter, which was really positive for them. So, look, they defended really well, and I think they've set themselves up for a really big second quarter. St Joseph's wasted a few opportunities, 2, 4 and 2 out in the full that were probably scoreable kicks, and I think they'd like to have been a couple more goals up at quarter time.
Thank you for that. As we go down to Jane Birchu's boundary side. Birchu, who did you have a listen to, and what did you glean from that first quarter huddles?
I headed out to the Leopold camp, and they're pretty positive out there. I think that they'll be happy with that, with this strong breeze blowing. The midfielders spoke about not overdoing the handball in this quarter, getting it in quickly and trusting their forwards, and also, despite the breeze blowing, also using their channels, not being so predictable and just going up and down the same channel. So they're pretty positive out here.
Thank you for that, Birchie, and that breeze down there for South Point Garden Supplies.
Yep, it's a good 3 to 4, I'd say.
Just seeing some real cretins walk past.
Some real
the
reptiles,
box.
isn't there, around the box?
Yeah. Including a former Geelong West legend, Chris Hickey. Now doing wonderful things at Motuwari. Would like to have probably been playing yesterday, but unfortunately not. Good to see. Massive crowd here. They are people left, right and centre here at
Can't come to the footy today. You can't come ever, can you?
No.
Sunday, 20 degrees. Not much else. No AFL footy.
No.
This is it.
Plays underway in the second quarter of the GDFL clash for Leopold Sporties, and it's Bannockburn 26 leading Bell Post Hill 8, and it looks like Bell Post Hill will have the 8 of the breeze down to the Monument end, the Fellmongers Road end of the ground.
Buckley's end.
At
where Kirsch's not going tomorrow night.
Yes, because he'll be at Leopold Sporties, your complete family venue.
Hey, Ruddy. Good, mate. How are you?
So everybody's
You're right with the crowd? How's the crowd going?
Everybody's just asking how he's going.
How's Kirsch going? Yeah.
We won't be bouncing for a while because the crowd is that good.
Oh, hang on. Here he is.
Mate, it's taking forever to... Jacob Spalding's dropped by to tell us who he's coaching next to Joey.
Oh, jeez. There we go. Bang. Drive by.
Is that in a co-coaching role?
It's, hello.
We go.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Buddha's already thrown some...
Go on, drop it.
Some mud? Oh, no. Jeez. I've got nothing
What
for
about
you.
Kershaw and Spalding? Imagine that.
Oh, putting the band back together.
Put the band back together, old VFL days.
Yeah.
2-4-16-117 is the score. Crowd is a good one and has taken some time getting off the ground. They're just working their way off, and players are in position and ready to go. But until they're over the fence and off the bike track, we won't be going anywhere.
It has taken. There's not a great deal of exits actually on the ground for them because they all sort of come through this one and one up there. So it does take them a while to funnel off the ground.
I've had Darren Nikolic, the head chef at Leopold Sporties, ask if we're in for dinner tomorrow night.
Well, one is
via the New Grove Bench Tops SMS.
Tell him I'll be there. I don't know where else to be.
Matheson medal tomorrow night, unfortunately, Dog. We'd love to be there. And we are underway. Second quarter. Our umpire went to go before the siren. Now he puts it into the effort. Geelong Bank, where we grow. Here is Jason.
And Trent West gets it down. First bounce for Leopold. Kicking with the breeze in this second term. Handball's chopped off straight away. Oh, Williamson's kick was smothered for Leopold. Gow gets back there in support. Might be okay. 2 fights. Hovey on centre wing. He drives it towards centre half forward, towards the half forward flank. Mullen was waiting for Kelleher to give it to him, but he dropped a bit of candy. Got the ball back towards Adams at centre half forward. Dixon got a hand to it. He couldn't take it. Hannessy wrapped up, and the umpire might have to come in and ball it up. He will. Just inside the centre square at centre half forward for St Joey's.
Geelong Bank second quarter. Bank closer to home, where we grow. Check out Bank Geelong, geelongbank.com.au. Of course, find them on Turingham Street, top of the hill in Geelong. From the ruck contest, Liam Herbert gives a handball to Wagner, delivers through the hands of Pitt off the back of the pack. Morrison gave it to Chloe Hesse, who gave a handball back to Al Hickey. St Joseph's controlling the footy as he kicks to the wing, looking for Morrison, but Wagner did well to bring it to ground. Coming through Chloe Hesse again, couldn't take it cleanly. Liam Herbert turned it over. Chloe Hesse had his kick smothered. It's a little bit ugly for the moment, but Wagner was clean, gave it to Pitt. Pitt gave a handball off, and a high kick comes towards centre half forward for Leopold. Marcus Herbert there, he couldn't take it. Wonderful take. Williamson tucked it under the arm and then beckoned somebody to come towards him. He had to spin on a thribbity bit and give a handball back to Marcus Thompson. Kick inside 50, sits on its point. Patton trying to attack the footy, couldn't take it. Through traffic, Tate, candy sold, left foot snap, rolling ball, rolling, and on the goal line, Pitt takes it and gets the line second. Well, Ollie Tate just left everybody in his wake. Didn't get great purchase on his left foot snap, but was able to set it up for Pitt on the goal line, and the Adelaide product has put it through for the second of the afternoon for Leopold, and they pull the margin back to 3. They're 2-1-13. St Joseph's 2-4-16 on the Geelong Bank second quarter K-Rock scoreboard. Bank closer to home, where we grow.
It won't show any stat to Giddings there, but the ball bounced on its point, and though Dwyer went to punch it clear, but Giddings just put his body on the line there and made it an ill... he affected the punch, basically, and that kept it alive for Ollie Tate.
So back to the middle. West. Hovey has to sit and wait West over the top. Falls towards Gow. Hovey tried to take it off him in the end. Buckley's kick was smothered for St Joey's as well. Herbert through the middle for Leopold. Now Marcus Thompson's handball over the top. Gets it towards half forward. Patton had to turn around. He couldn't take it with him though. Smith comes across for Joey's. He can't take it either. Patton tries to ride the bump inside 50. And we're going to have a ball up about 45 out from the Leopold goal. So last couple of Centre clearances to Leopold. Under pressure already, the Joey's defence. West stands up in the ruck contest. Now falls towards Liam Herbert. Oh, he kicked it before he had it then. Smith comes across the Joeys. He can't pick it up, needs some support. Leopold worked him out of it. Now Williamson through traffic for Leopold. Oh, wrapped up. Great chicken wing tackle. And umpire Ganachia says, yes, Reid Adams, have a free kick at half back.
Just too long he had it, Williamson. He probably tried to bite off more than he could chew. Now he's been given the hurry up, Reid Adams. Left half back. Sets it up high. Coming with a run was Jennings over the top. Couldn't mark. Matthews on hands and knees. Handball missed lane. Socket forward by Mullen into his own path. Unfortunately, though, will roll out of bounds before he can retrieve the situation. And a left half forward, a boundary throw. And Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchups. Anything change, Kurt, or anything that's taking your fancy matchup-wise?
Nothing changed. That wing rotation this time we've got Ferguson and Lucas Herbert's on this side, Liam Herbert, sorry, on this side, and obviously Dwyer and Giddings is a nice one down this end. Boundary throw in. It's going to roll back towards Jack Buckley. He gave a handball off, but only as far as Williamson, who says he might have copped one high. Umpire says, I'm not sure. Give it to me, I'll ball it up. And true centre wing, maybe slightly favouring St Joseph's. We'll have a ball up as they attack the northern end, which is the end that is going to be tough to score into this afternoon with the breeze coming from the northwest. Talking about West, here he is in the ruck for Leopold against Hovey. And down to Alden and it goes, but stolen away by Jai Thompson. Handball that Wagner will hit at pace on the bounce. Slung in the tackle and just threw a handball forward into the path of a teammate. Well done by Tate. Taken high, maybe Feely. Got a free kick for a push or a too high, and it is a too high. And a free kick with Tommy Feely. At centre half forward inside the centre square. Wants to try and move it on quickly. Called to play on Candy as well. Now he goes from 65. Open goal square. Set up over the back. Oh, he was going to mark it too. Was Connor Giddings, but he left it in the head. And Tom Feely's kicked the goal. His second of the afternoon, and he has kicked that from 65. That is a Lammy's Tavern goal of the day contender from Tom Feely. Used the breeze beautifully. Connor Giddings, great decision, and he has kicked the third for Leopold. 3-1-19. They take the lead to Joey's 2-4-16. And that is on the Geelong Bank K-Rock second quarter scoreboard. You don't have to worry about how you deliver the ball inside forward 50 when you don't let the ball go inside forward 50, Jace. Just kick it over the 50 and you'll be right if you can kick it through those two big sticks. That's it. That's all you need to do. It's a simple game. West and De Grande with some momentum will run onto the loose foot. He's brought down by Wagner and he'll win a free kick, I reckon, for a push or too high against the energetic rover for Leopold. De Grande, a handball to Buckley on the wing, and he sends a kick inside forward 50, flying but not marking Webb for St Joseph's. Ball at ground level, Matthews diving on it, and also over the top is Liam Herbert as he lays a tackle on Riley Ferguson. We'll get a ball up right on 50, left half forward. St Joseph's in attack and needing to hold firm into the breeze in this second quarter. Tapped down by West. Roving by De Grande, couldn't take it. Gummo got a shove again up. I didn't see it that way. Mullen picked up the loose ball. Lane wraps him up, along with the help of Liam Herbert. And we'll get another ball up. Left half forward, St Joseph's in attack. They trail by 3. Leopold 3-1-19. St Joseph's 2-4-16 on the Port Phillip Ferry time clock. 6 1/4 minutes ticked over. So ball up. And the umpire, I think, has found a free kick. He has. Leopold will take it. It's going to be free kick to Jai Thompson. And between the back pocket and half back. Drives it long with the left foot towards centre wing. Giddings to go up. He goes up early at the back. Humphrey claims the mark. The umpire says play on. Comes back to Gow. His kick was partly smothered by Maybaum. Came off him and out of bounds for a throw in centre wing. So nearly 7 minutes played in this second term. Port Phillip Ferry's time clock. 3 points of difference. Leopold with the aid of the breeze in this second quarter. West doing the ruck work for Leopold up against De Grande now for St Joey's. Oh, great play to Thompson, but Alden tracked him. He got it. Humphrey now tried to get the handball away towards Ferguson, who's wrapped up straight away and not going anywhere. Just forward of centre wing for Leopold. We're going to have another ball up. How good to have a ruck that can just put it on a platter for you. That? West, De Grande, West again, tapped down this time. Jai Thompson's his target, but here is beset upon. And fair to say St Joey's have actually been pretty good at the stoppages, Kirsch, for multi-skills in stopping that easy departure from the stoppage area. Well, that's their strength, isn't it? They're all sort of that contested bull, so you're either going to get a stoppage again, or yeah, it's just going to be a tackle and a hard exit, really. West won the tap down. Hughes was being held by Ferguson before the ball got to him. Umpire at the point of the square right half forward after the ball gets under Hughes says, I'll take it and throw it into the air. They'll be happy with the repeat stoppages, Kingy, as long as it doesn't exit easy.
West and DeGrandi again. West the tap down trying to clear some space, but Gow did the roving and kicked on his non-preferred left towards half forward. Hennessy with the one hand couldn't mark. Webb front of the pack, jammed it on the boot and bought 15 metres for his team, but numbers with Leopold. A chance here to clean up Feely and a dinky little kick that was nice, just well controlled to Marcus Thompson, and Leopold have got control of the ball just back of the wing broadcast side.
So Thompson now drills it towards Wagner, and he leaves it for Tate, who comes up from half forward, takes the mark in front of Humphrey. So now Ollie Tate goes with the kick inside 50. Patton comes out, takes the mark. Hamlin hanger. Oh, and told Harrison Smith all about it too, because he gave him a backhander to say get away, and Logan Wagner tells him about it as well. And Mitch Patton has taken the mark. Great grab, and will shoot for goal from 45 out, and we have got a great view of this. He's standing just to the right of the K-Rock broadcast box. 50 out from goal.
Probably his first touch, Jace.
Southern end of the ground. Yep, Harrison Smith's done pretty well on him so far. He comes in now. Right foot kick. I think it's just a bit skinny, it is. And it's moved away and through for one behind. So his first score of the afternoon.
That's a tough kick down there, boys. That's the breeze is blowing. They really need to hang it out in front of that goal to the left goal post for that breeze to sort of bring it back in.
Jane Burge down boundary side with the update for South Point Garden Supplies. Great contingent on the hill behind the southern end goals as Hickey goes into the right back pocket with the kick to O'Dwyer. He's been a revelation this year in his first season, coming down from Yarrawonga and the Ovens and Murray. He's kicked inboard, that's dangerous. Wagner flew, brought the ball to ground in front of Tate, but Gow was there to clean up for St Joseph's. Great tackle, Marcus Herbert, forced to spillage. Wagner, it was dispossessed. Chance now for Giddings, he got it off towards Feely. Marcus Herbert again head over the footy. Gow there as well. Gow got one high, umpire didn't see it, and he says give it to me in the left forward pocket. In front of the scoreboard that for Geelong Bank, your bank closer to home where we grow, 3-2-20 Leopold, St Joseph's 2-4-16.
So ball up to Grandy. West gets it down with the left fist, or left hand towards Thompson. He's not going anywhere. Wrapped up by DeGrandi, Antonak and Clahesi. Sometimes it takes three. And there'll be another ball up. West there this time over the head of Clahesi. Has to track it back towards the boundary line. Gives it to Antonak. Goes with the right foot kick towards half back. And, well, I think Jennings actually punched away from a teammate there, and then he tried to get it. He threw it away. Falls towards Alden across half-back. Under pressure, kick was smothered. Falls in the arms of Marcus Herbert. He gets the handball out to Mayborg. He's got Hughes on his outboard. He tries to put it towards the top of the square. Giddings to fly at it. Humphrey over the top. Smith for St Joey's. They're out of trouble. They come back towards it's all Leopold. They go up. They actually fight for each other, and Mullen will take the ball close to the boundary line. And, in fact, over right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to Atco Cafe 24/7. We'll have a boundary throw, and it's 3-2-20 Leopold. St Joey's 2-4-16.
Yeah, I think Burgess and Jennings there getting in each other's way. Boundary throw in. Right half forward, best seats in the house. Atco Cafe 24/7. West to tap down. Thompson taking in a wonderful tackle by Alden, and he's going nowhere. We'll get a ball up. He's everywhere though, Marcus Thompson. You'll be at home tonight sitting down for your pumpkin soup, and he'll bob up in it. Tapped down by West. Mayborn trying to knock it to his own advantage. He did, then took it, and it was taken in a good tackle by Muhor. He was well put together for an 18-year-old young Jordan Muhor, but he does come from well put together stock.
He certainly does.
The old man Daniel was a very solidly built unit. Tapped down West, and it's going to be a free kick high, and it's going to go to Antonak, who's in that Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchup against Marcus Thompson. He wants to take on Thompson on the mark, then kicks an absolute mung floater towards Hannessy. Spoiled away. Wagner in front of the pack, had it knocked from his grasp. Spills all right for Burgess. Then he showed a little bit of toe as he kicks towards the centre of the ground. Williamson with the one hand couldn't complete the mark. It might open the door for Joey's.
Morrison now gets the handball from Antonak. Gets it to Humphrey. They get it forward to the footy. Hannessy 50 out and closing. He's missed. And through for one behind. So good transition football, but they couldn't get the desired result from Ollie Hannessy, and he puts it through. 2-5-17 Leopold, 3-2-20.
When you're going to get minimal inside 50s, you've really got to make them count, don't you? Particularly on the run from 35-40.
Nobody stood the mark, so Thompson was able to buy 10 metres, drive it long to the middle of the ground, but a good mark to Grandy. Handball off to his skipper, Al Hickey. Al Hickey gives it off to Antonak. Antonak steps inside the man coming towards him, Thompson, and then drills a low kick inside 50. Not a great ball. Hughes, the veteran, cleans up for Leopold, and then kicks wide and finds Liam Herbert, who's got it just inside defensive 50.
Antonak stands the mark, holds Liam Herbert up. It's to go along towards centre wing with the kick over the back. Hickey taps it down, but here goes Williamson. He runs away, right foot kick inside. 50's Patton had to stand just for a minute. He had let out, and then the ball was coming with the breeze and at pace, and just stood for a couple of extra steps, then leant into it, and Smith couldn't take it away from him, and he's taken the mark and will shoot for goal from 40 out, slide angle.
Leopold Sporties, Bannockburn 39, Bellpost Hill 8, so the Tigers on top in a first semi-final in the GDFNL.
So Mitch Patton, who had a set shot a couple of minutes ago from in front of us on right half forward, this time at true centre half forward, 40 out, southern end of the ground. Comes in, right foot kick, holds it up. Goal umpire does not move one bit. And Mitch Patton has put his first on the board. And the fourth for Leopold. They go to 4-2-26. And they lead St Joey's 2-5-17. And that's on the Geelong Bank K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
So go back to the contest and how that ball got inside the forward 50. All the St Joseph's players flew. I think it might have been James Hickey that come off his opponent and went up and didn't impact the contest. And they just got some easy ball on the ground and inside their forward 50. So if your opponent goes up, you go up. If he stays down, you stay down and defend the ground ball, Jace.
Best single season of his career now. Mitch Patton goes to 56 goals, bettering his 55 in the premiership year of 2016. Kick forward by Hovey from the ruck contest, but taken by Jennings, who just barrels it onto the chest of Herbert. That's Marcus. He now kicks for space. Williamson confronted, stepped around Humphrey, and then pulls the trigger from 45, but didn't pull it enough. That left-hand goalpost is where it's got to be, according to Jane Birch for South Point Garden Supplies, and he started it too far right, a minor score, 4-3-27 Leopold, St Joseph's 2-5-17.
Oh, Buckley's kick in was smothered though, partly smothered. Now the tackle goes on up high. Ganachi will come over and ball it up. So Leopold still deep into attack. Morrison had to do a bit of defensive work on Mitchy Patton there, and he did so. So about 40 out from the Leopold goal. We will have a ball up. Big pack around it too. Yes. Hovey and West go at it. Neither get a tap down. Falls the back. Williamson got it out quickly. Liam Herbert to the top of the square. Marcus goes up against a couple. Humphrey was one of them. Oh! That's kicking in danger any time of the week.
Well, I think they might. Are they paying it below the knees?
They are too. They can't.
No, he has to. So Sam Hughes came in.
No, so this is where it's wrong, right? So the rule is there for a reason, but he was first to the ball, and Sam Hughes was 1.5 metres off him. He decided to come in and then go over the top.
Tried to kick the ball
too.
He did.
So he's got that wrong, the umpire.
Angus Humphrey has given 50 as well, and that's what you can see Joel O'Dwyer talking to umpire Ganachi as well about the ruling. But Sam Hughes doesn't care. He's come in and kicked the goal. So he's first of the afternoon. And the fifth for Leopold. They go to 5-3-33. They lead St Joey's 2-5-17. And that's on the Geelong Bank K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
We don't get the luxury of a replay, unfortunately, but I mean, it was pretty clear. It really...
Common sense umpiring tells you pay it the other way.
I get the rule is there for a reason, but that is not where it needs to be implied or executed. That is just a wrong call by that young fella. Bring back Errol is the crowd yelling.
39 playing 9, Bannockburn, Bellpost Hill and Leopold have just opened up a bit of a gap here with 4 consecutive goals in this second quarter. Back in the middle, Giddings doing the ruck work with West off the ground. The roving done by Jai Thompson of Leopold. He's going nowhere as he's taken in a 2-man tackle. And we will get a ball up. Still inside the centre circles here at West Oval. 5-3-33, 2-5-17, second quarter, thanks to Geelong Bank. Bank closer to home where we grow. Jerringhap Street, Geelong, tapped down by Giddings. Roving Jai Thompson, kick went about 3 metres. Quick kick forward by Giddings towards the goal kicker, Hughes. He couldn't take it cleanly, but Marcus Thompson could. Spirals a kick inside 50. Morrison back with the flight after spending last week at Port Melbourne. I think he played his 4th VFL game last week and played since early in the year. Got a chance last week against the Cats. And he's back this week taking a mark and going short into the right back pocket to O'Dwyer, with the sun really beating down now.
So O'Dwyer goes outside 50. Big pack develops at half back. It's going to come back quickly. Jai Thompson's kick was smothered though. Kelleher kick around the corner. Up the chimney towards Grassy. Can't take it. Matthews right next to him. Mullen's kick was partly smothered. Might fall for Childers who Alderton. He gets the handball towards Hannessy. His kick under pressure from Dixon. They've turned it over. Lane takes the mark at half back. Wants to switch the play towards Hughes who has to make a bit of ground. Humphrey comes with him. Angus handball over the top. Dangerous handball for St Joey's. Comes back now. The don't argue. Oh, was that was holding the ball. Was it Feely? No, the umpire said play on. Leopold get it free. Coming back. Luke Webb nearly takes it with his nostrils. The mark. He'd like to get the 1-2 to Morrison. They're under pressure. They get it away to Hovey's handball towards Al Hickey who goes with a right foot kick towards half forward. Big pack there. No mark taken. Mullen gives it away to Ferguson. A little bit of candy back to Mullen. He just wants to pump it long and they turn it over, do they? No, they get it back towards Alderton who's still got it for St Joey's. Gow off a step. It's ugly, but they get the ball forward and it might be a reset because it's out of bounds in the left forward pocket for St Joey's.
It's really just kick and catch
territory.
Game football at the moment.
12 stuff going on there.
Just no tempo. It's just like full throttle and get it going forward.
Al Hickey's come off in front of you. Jane Birch not moving overly freely. The Joey skipper for St John of God.
No, he's hobbling a little bit. He's favouring, looks like that right leg. So I'll just keep an eye on what happens here.
So from the boundary throw-in, the ball's ended up underneath the pack and we've got another stoppage. St John of God, your emergency specialist, open 24/7, Myer Street in Geelong. Be a blow. Umpire Ganachia puts it into the air. Tap down by Giddings, who's doing the ruck work at the moment. Ferguson hit the ball at pace but went straight into the pack and was going nowhere. We'll get another stoppage. About 30 out from the Joey's goal, inside forward 50 for a rare occasion into the breeze in this second quarter. Tap down Giddings, roving done by Marcus Thompson. Quick kick to centre half back through the hands of Williamson. It went, somehow bounced back towards him. He's taken down by Buckley. He's trying to fight his way out of the tackle. Now Buckley stole the ball from him. He's taken by Feely and also Tate. And left half forward at the point of the square. We'll get another stoppage. So it has been a bit of a stoppage fest. 5-3-33 Leopold St Joseph's, 2-5-17 second quarter action. Tick past 19 and a half minutes on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock.
Ovey gets it down. Hannessy tracks it, can't take it though. Alderton, he couldn't get there. Matthews got a clearing kick back towards the middle. Williamson couldn't take the mark for Leopold. Is that a high tackle? The umpire said yes, it was. Kelleher made sure he saw it too.
Didn't he? Yes.
So Paddy Kelleher in the middle of West Oval, plays on, went right and then comes back on the left boot. Long kick, off hands, Grass at the front doing the roving work. He's repped off the football and the umpire said held on to for too long, I think. And umpire Ganachia right on the spot there is given the free kick to Aidan Grass.
He kind of as well threw his arms just to make sure he saw it as well.
So he has kicked one this afternoon, and to say they need this is a bit of an understatement, Kirsch, just to settle a bit.
Absolutely.
And stay in the game.
Like we said, you're not going to get many opportunities inside forward 50 as a forward at that end, so, you've got to take take your best chances.
20 and a half played in this second term. Port Phillip Ferries time clock. Aidan Grass has it the northern end of the ground. This for their third for St Joey's, and that's a good kick. He has done well. He's kicked his second and the third for St Joseph's. They go 3-5-23 and they trail Leopold 5-3-33. Geelong Bank, K-Rock. Second quarter scoreboard.
Look at that kick. It did go a good 45, that kick, didn't it? So it's not like you can't kick goals at that end. It's just the transition to get it into your forward 50 so your forwards can have that shot on goal. It's the issue at the moment. And like I said, they're doing that territory kick and catch style football at the moment. So, if they've got ball in hand at the moment with the 22-minute mark, they might want to just slow the game down a bit.
Centre square infringement against Leopold. So, I reckon that's the first one we've seen this year, boys.
I don't think I've seen I think it's 2 years.
It might be the first one we've seen this decade. And the free kick with Hobie and Joey's will go back inside forward 50 again. No mark taken. Grass brought it to ground, then tried to find it at ground level. Matthews somehow got a handball up that they were calling for a throw. Ended up with Mullen. He's brought down by Tate. And we'll get a ball up. So St Joey's, after it looked like Leopold might pull away, have been able to get themselves back in the contest and staying within 10 points and inside forward 50. Ball back into the air for the Grandy. West winning the tap down. Chance there for Feely. Can't take it. Jai Thompson, close quarters, gave a handball to his brother Marcus. Leopold to the wing. Hovey flew high, crashed the pack, brought the ball to ground. Buckley dumped in a good Scott tackle. There's a lion down. As Hovey came through, he took some damage with him. And I'm just trying to pick up who that Leopold player might be. And it is getting to his feet, Jake Pittock. As the medical staff get to him, for St John of God, he's quickly got out of there.
It's the resurrection. How good was that? He just got up. West gets it down. Alderton, nearly took it with him. Hovey kicked it off the ground for St Joey's. Cross centre wing. Marcus Thompson has somehow got the ball around the corner. And coming back, good mark or free kick, whichever you want for Al Hickey. And Angus Humphrey's not happy with the treatment to the captain. And there's a little bit of best seats in the house thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7 boxing going on here. A bit of World Wrestling Federation stuff going on as well. Louis Antonak not happy with Tom Scott and a few others. Angus Humphrey's out of there. Whose free kick is it? It's got 50 because Al Hickey's got it miles away at centre half forward for St Joey's. He's going to drive it long towards the top. De Grandy puts his hands up. Hamlet Hanger in the pack. And the famous name at St Joey's has taken it and will shoot the goal from 25 outside angle.
Thomas Scott doesn't mind a bit of a jumper, push and shove. He likes it. He's been involved in a few.
Tom Scott might want to go and play some defence because Paddy de Grandy just marked it. So they might want to concentrate on what's going on.
He had a little bit of...
I think Butter will be too happy with that.
Tussles everywhere.
So he threw the ball up before and the wind took it. Paddy de Grandy at this end of the ground. Let's hope this time he's a bit closer. Down. That's a better kick and he's missed it. 3 for 1 behind. Monday, tomorrow morning, he'll be with you, I think.
Well,
Paddy de Grandy.
They're going to have to get that right.
He might need a week or two. 5-3-33 Leopold, St Joey's 3-6-24.
Leopold have got it towards the outer wing out there looking for a mark. Pitt couldn't take it. Hands of the pack. Wonderful piece of work. Jennings. Handball release over the top. Gordon tried to get it back to Jennings, but Webb got in the way. Stolen back by Jennings, but taken out of bounds in a tackle by James Hickey. How would Damien de Grandy have been bowling here for St Joseph's against Geelong West in the late 80s with that breeze just working over his shoulder?
Coming downhill.
One word, fearsome.
Yeah.
Very fearsome.
It would have been doing all sorts, that ball. Double palm down West. Brought to ground, Ollie Tate. Handball up Marcus Thompson to Wagner. Burst away from the contest and drives a kick to 30 out from goal. Webb, a wonderful defensive mark back behind the footy from Luke Webb of St Joseph's. And now they'll look to attack via the broadcast wing. It's a well-weighted kick and he finds a marking target. Callagher, left half back, he has it. He's got an option short if he wants it in Mullen. He ignores that, so he'll just send it along the line. What's he got? Hannessy's there. Trent Thompson. Grass. Got his hands on the footy. He's claiming the mark. Is he? Aiden Grass. And the umpire says no, but it was a fair effort.
He's unlucky, I think, in the end.
He will fly for anything, Aiden Grass.
He will.
And he's gonna one day pull down the car. Not that we've got one to give away.
Thanks to Rex Carell.
Rex all of a sudden's giving up something he didn't know. Wagner, and there's going to be a free kick, I reckon, a little bit tardy in the tackle was Tate. Advantage paid Antonak. That's a mung floater inside forward 50. Now a foot race. Jennings wants the sanctuary of the boundary line. Will he find it? Well, he jams it on the boot and manages it to put it out on the full. Just went out with the breeze out of bounds. And it'll be a free kick left half forward for St Joseph's, who are just making a little bit of a move here late in this second quarter. 25 and a half and it's gone on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock in this second term. Thanks to Geelong Bank closer to home, where we grow.
Gow puts it towards the forward pocket. Big pack there off the front. No mark taken. Giddings comes through and just wraps it up. The umpire will come in. In fact, it was Jennings.
It's really important they score in this 4A or this inside 50 because you've only got probably a minute or two left in this quarter and they can go into the sheds with their back up a little bit here.
So boundary throw, ball up from for West, who put it over the boundary line in the end, couldn't get it down to Marcus Thompson effectively. So now a boundary throw in, about 30 around from the St Joey's goal. So Grass will do the ruck work for St Joey's up against West for Leopold. Well, he just drags West to the ground. Might fortuitously for St Joey's fall, but Ferguson puts the tackle on. The umpire will come in and ball it up. So stoppage after stoppage. We're going to have 1:45 out from the St Joey's goal. They're 3-6-24. They trail Leopold 5-3-33.
Yeah, West has given away a free kick in the ruck contest for a push, and now he's having a conversation with the umpire about it. Naden Grass, who we know the distance won't trouble despite the breeze, is a chance to kick his third and pull the margin back to 3 points.
This is a big ask.
It is a big ask. He would need to start at right-hand goal post, and he'd need to get every piece of it, but he's backing himself. It's got long point written all over it.
He's going to kick it, you watch.
Grass from just on 50. He starts it right. He tries to work it back. It won't have the carry. Jennings with a decisive spoil. Knocks it through for a minor score. And there is your long point. Margin is 8. 3-7-25 St Joseph's. Leopold 5-3. 33 and Bannockburn 40 lead Belpost till 21 at half-time for Leopold Sporties of the GDFNL first semi-final.
Burgess plays on from full back and then kicks it long and high. No mark from Morrison at the front. Buckley puts it back into 50 for St Joey's. Off the back, Hennessy. Humphrey are there for St Joey's working hard. They can't pick it up though. Mullen needs to help out. Matthews for Leopold. He got it to Wagner on the outside to Liam Herbert. He just chips the ball short. It's okay. Pitt a long way from goal. At half back takes the mark. 55 out from the St Joey's goal. So defensively working back there. Jake Pitt now goes along with a kick to centre half forward. It's a great kick towards Jennings, who takes the mark against Gow. And he's got thousands of people calling for it. He wants to play on now and drive it long towards the top of the square. Maybob puts his hands up off the back. Morrison worked his way down there as well. And that's a long point as well from the middle. And through for one behind to the Lions. They go to 5-4-34. They lead St Joey's 3-7-25. Geelong Bank K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
So Joey's with the ability to bring the ball back into play, but gee, the Hickeys had to work hard there, and in the end, the kick of Al Hickey went out of bounds on the full. Did it? No. Grass was able to do really well and get a knock on the ball and put it out of bounds.
A-bomb saw down here.
Yeah. For St John of God, we'll keep an eye on that. Jane Birch is boundary side for us this afternoon. Mayborn just shrugs off the trainer for the moment. Half-time not far away. West winning the tap down, roving. Jai Thompson for Leopold. Jams it on the boot. Rolls it towards half-forward over the head of Williamson. It went. Buckley's there for St Joseph's. He's on hands and knees. Can't take it away. He's taken by Scott. And the umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. About 55 out from the Leopold goal. They'd love one late here, Leopold, just to get a little bit of separation between themselves and Joey's. Tapped down his road beautifully there by Antonak. Wanted to take on Wagner, and in doing so, he's lost it in the tackle. It falls for Jai Thompson. Kick inside 50. Webb crushes the pack. Picking it up. Hesse, wonderful take for Joey's. Handball up for Smith. Smith's neat little left foot kick is okay. Onto the chest of O'Dwyer as it barely goes 15 metres. And once again, holding firm St Joseph's.
So O'Dwyer just wants to kick it towards the boundary. It's nearly played 30 minutes in this second term, so he puts it high. Jennings, Newhall didn't even go with him in the end. He gave it away to Wagner. Short little kick is okay, and Jai Thompson takes the mark. So that was a one-on-one without the one.
That was a 1+1 -1 in the end.
That's it. Jennings just an easy mark, and then gave it to Wagner, who gave it to Jai Thompson. So this is a crucial kick before half-time for Leopold.
Be really disappointed with that
sounds. So all they really needed to do, Joey's, was knock it over the boundary line. That would have been right.
Or just make a contest.
Left-hand goalpost.
You would have thought so. Jai Thompson. He's 40 out. Slight angle. Southern end of the ground. He comes in now. And he's missed it to the near side well and truly too. Just snuck it in for a behind.
Ooh.
And
although Dwyer's telling him, I don't think that was a point.
Leopold will end 5-5-35. St Joey's 3-7-25 at half-time.
Still in the balance is elimination final of 2022. Leopold kicking 4 goals with the wind in that second term, but Joey's finding their third goal late to be within 10 points at the main break. It's half-time thanks to Garmy Chicken as we head down to Jane Birch. Birchie's going to head towards the Leopold huddle and see who she can extract for a very quick chat as they head in to the rooms. Birchie, we'll go down to you. Who are you able to see if you can pull away from there?
They're running away from us.
Move too quickly. Nah. Got Brock Williamson. Down to you, Birchie.
Hey Brock, just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. How have you seen that first half out there? It's pretty evenly matched, obviously. You've both had to go with the wind and maybe not use it as well as you could have.
Yeah, it's pretty strong that wind, so you've got to sort of change your kicking style up and lower your eyes and don't kick to their out numbers because blokes like Webby and Oscar Morrison, they'll pick them off all day, so got to be smart going inside 50.
And Westie's giving you a lot of first use of the ball, but they're doing quite well too, I suppose, shutting that down and reading that off his tap. So how are you finding that in there?
Yeah, probably just got to, I guess, nullify him a bit more. probably a bit more body on body sort of thing, like Gowie, and they've got some really good mids, so just got to lock down a bit tighter in there sort of thing, so that's about it, I reckon.
Good luck for the second half. Thanks for that.
Jane Birch with Brock Williamson. It's half-time thanks to Gami Chicken. Now, Sunday night, nobody wants to be cooking Sunday night. You know, kitchen's closed at home, but Gami Chicken is well and truly open, and you can treat yourself to some half-time Gami Chicken and beer in Warn Ponds. We'll take a break, come back second half. We'll be not too far away, but we'll go around the grounds for Leopold Sporties and check the injuries for St John of God as well. It's half-time. Elimination final 2022. Leopold by 10. They're 5-5-35. St Joseph's 3-7-25. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7 and the new Mexican Jaffle that breathe K-Rock footy.
It's finals time in Geelong's own GFL. And all the action is right here on K-Rock Football. K-Rock Football brings you Leopold versus St Joseph's, 1 p.m. Sunday on K-Rock 955. Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Geelong Bank, a trusted bank that's integral to Geelong's community. Geelong Bank provides savings accounts, home and personal loans, investments and insurance, covering everything from your first bank account right through to buying your first home. A team of dedicated locals investing in locals. It's time you moved your banking closer to home. Geelong Bank, where we grow as individuals, as a community and as Geelong. Visit geelongbank.com.au for details.
Warralilly is a place with a great community vibe we like to call the Warralilly way of life. It all started 10 years ago when we welcomed our first resident. In 2022, we've hit another amazing milestone. 10,000 people who call Warralilly home. To celebrate, we're giving you $10,000 towards your block so you can make your mark at Warralilly, Geelong's fastest growing community. Plus, there'll be free family events throughout spring. To find out more, visit warralilly.com.au. Conditions apply.
Hello, it's Jamie and Erin from Wombat Gully Plant Farm Geelong.
Dad, footy is on.
Okay, Erin, but I've got to tell everyone that just like a footy team, Wombat Gully Plant Farm are here to go the extra mile. Stick to the plan, have fun, work together and give it our best shot so your garden can be the greatest garden of all.
Dad, you sound just like a coach.
Oh, thanks, Erin. Now, whose turn is it to do the dishes?
Not me. I'm still on the bench, Dad.
Right. So see you soon at Wombat Gully Plant Farm.
201 Townsend Road, Moollap.
Geelong Bank, a trusted bank that's integral to Geelong's community. Geelong Bank provides savings accounts, home and personal loans, investments and insurance, covering everything from your first bank account right through to buying your first home. A team of dedicated locals investing in locals. It's time you moved your banking closer to home. Geelong Bank, where we grow as individuals, as a community and as Geelong. Visit geelongbank.com.au for details.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Called to play on Candy as well. Now he goes from 65. Open goal square. Set up over the back. Oh, he was going to mark it too. Was Connor Giddings, but he left it in the head of Tom Feely's kicked the goal. His second of the afternoon. Yes, Tom Philly has 2 goals for Leopold. They're 5-5-35. They lead St Joey's 3-7-25 in the elimination final of the GFNL today here at West Oval. And it's halftime thanks to Gami Chicken and Beer. Treat yourself to some halftime Gami Chicken and Beer Warn Ponds. We'll go around the grounds thanks to Leopold Sport is your complete family venue where Kershaw will be having dinner tomorrow night. First semi-final at the Gordon Tafe Oval. Between Bannockburn and Bell Post Hill in the Geelong District Football and Netball League. Bannockburn 40 lead Bell Post Hill 21. So the Tigers there with a good lead at half-time. And also first semi-final day in the Colac District Football and Netball League. Illawarra Biak 7-10-52. They lead Colac Imps 1-7-13. So around the grounds, thanks to Leopold Sporties. In the expert share, as always, for Multi Skills. Unleash your potential with construction industry training at Multi Skills. Matt Kershaw, have you seen the First half of the elimination final has been a bit of a stoppage battle, hasn't it?
It has. Both sides haven't really got their fluency going in their ball transition, have they? They've sort of been that, we've mentioned it a few times in the call, just that kick long to territory or kick long to a contest and, hoping they can get something out of that, a mark or some front and centres. With St Joseph's, they've just not got that sort of front and centre pizzazz at the moment. They need those smalls to get influential around the stoppage, around the fall of the ball. And at the other end, it's sort of been Leopold having that, they've kicked that long bomb from 65 on the run. They got one on the goal line and a couple other set shots. So, look, they just sort of nullifying each other, and we thought that before the game. We actually asked the coaches how they're going to sort of quell each other's ball movement, because they're both really good by foot and they're actually nullifying each other, and that's what's making it such a kick long fest at the moment, because they can't get their game going.
The ruck battle, Hovey and De Grande against Trent West. West is winning it, but they're having a bit of an impact around the ground, the two of them, aren't they, De Grande and Hovey?
They are, and that's where I think Carso was going to sort of put the asset on Hovey, where he can get around the ground and be really dominant. He was that kick behind the ball a fair bit that quarter as well, and he was quite influential. But Hovey he's actually doing a bit of clearance work himself from some of those stoppages. But yeah, there's two midfields that are contested balls that are going at it, and I don't think whilst he's getting first hands on it, he's certainly not getting the hit outs to advantage that they would have liked, I suppose, because both midfields are so hard at it.
Head to head, thanks to Geelong Insurance Brokers, with more than 39 years in the insurance industry. Managing Director Don and the team at Geelong Insurance Brokers work with their clients to ensure they have the right cover, not just the cheapest premium. The head to head this afternoon, Kirsch,
James Gow and Marcus Thompson. James Gow's been fairly good. He's been good around the stoppages and that, but I think Marcus Thompson's ability to sort of get up the ground defensively and get forward and get involved in chains is really important. I think he's been really good in that area, and he just seems to always get to the outside after he's done the heavy lifting on the inside. So he's probably got his nose in front at the moment, because he just seems to be everywhere, Marcus Thompson, as he always does.
Put his own footy.
As he always does.
We'll keep an eye on the head-to-head thanks to Geelong Insurance Brokers in the second half. They've had to, obviously with Hanks not playing, they've had to bring in a couple of others there. Antonak playing in the middle. Yeah, he's had patches in the first half as well, where he's been good and forward of the footy as well.
Yeah, well, Antonak's that player that can sort of get up and around and use his pace to try and extract a clearance from the stoppage. But, he got caught a couple of times, but that's okay. You've got to sort of try and get that exit if you can, and he's one that's spent a bit of time around the ball. Paddy Kelleher's another one that can get up the ground as well. But, yeah, look, it's hard to replace a Brant Hines, isn't it? And, you can't replace him with with another player, because you don't have the luxury of having two of them. So they're just going to have to do a bit of a team effort around there. But look, Leopold's midfield's having a great day out as well. So, yeah, it's a really good battle in there.
Grass has been good up forward too for St Joe's, giving them the target. Kick two.
You know what you're going to get with him. He's just going to launch at everything. And, I guess this meterage game's probably going to suit his style of football. But, I think both teams now have probably had a good look at the breeze. They've realised, hang on, we can score or get ball up into our forward 50. Whilst you're not going to get enough ball inside forward 50 to score a big margin, you can score into that breeze. So it might be a case of just, all right, let's settle the tempo down a little bit, lower our eyes going into our forward line, and see if we can actually get some hit-ups rather than trying to just launch every time into our forward half.
Big crowd here too at West Oval this afternoon for elimination final day. Beautiful afternoon, 20 degrees, and sun is out.
Picnic rugs on the far side, Jace.
We've got it on the hill there.
Got it all.
Beautiful.
The crowds have come.
Beautiful.
It's a fantastic crowd.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, second half action, elimination final this afternoon. Umpires back out on the ground. We'll go down to Jane Birch after the break and check the weather conditions thanks to South Point Garden Supplies, and come back and rip this one a new one. Leopold and St Joey's 5-5-35. The Lions, they lead St Joey's 3-7-25. Joey's will have the wind in the third term, the premiership quarter. We'll see how they go today's game. As always, fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7. The new Mexican Jaffle, only at APCO Cafe 24/7. Live, breathe, K-Rock football.
Herbie and Josh.
But we do like to complain, sometimes be a little bit negative on this show.
Yeah.
So you could be a professional complainer.
I could manage that.
I've got positive situations and want to see if you can complain about them.
Okay, yep.
So West Coast win flags back to back.
That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. That's a lot of time away from the family. Plus, the other thing is, then people are going to want to get on the bandwagon, and I don't want any of those supporters.
You like being a minority.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Owen Pass. You wake up and all your hair has come back.
Oof. Too many women.
Herbie and Josh, weekdays from 4 p.m. only on K-Rock 955. Two brand new Mimosa Homes displays now open in Austin Lara. mimosahomes.com.au.
Warralilly is a place with a great community vibe we like to call the Warralilly way of life. It all started 10 years ago when we welcomed our first resident. In 2022, we've hit another amazing milestone. 10,000 people who call Warralilly home. To celebrate, we're giving you $10,000 towards your block so you can make your mark at Warralilly, Geelong's fastest growing community. Plus, there'll be free family events throughout spring. To find out more, visit warralilly.com.au. Conditions apply.
Geelong Bank, a trusted bank that's integral to Geelong's community. Geelong Bank provides savings accounts, home and personal loans, investments and insurance, covering everything from your first bank account right through to buying your first home. A team of dedicated locals investing in locals. It's time you moved your banking closer to home. Geelong Bank, where we grow as individuals, as a community and as Geelong. Visit geelongbank.com.au for details.
Hello, it's Jamie and Erin from Wombat Gully Plant Farm Geelong.
Dad, footy is on.
Okay, Erin, but I've got to tell everyone that just like a footy team, Wombat Gully Plant Farm are here to go the extra mile. Stick to the plan, have fun, work together and give it our best shot so your garden can be the greatest garden of all.
Dad, you sound just like a coach.
Oh, thanks, Erin. Now, whose turn is it to do the dishes?
Not me. I'm still on the bench, Dad.
Right. So see you soon at Wombat Gully Plant Farm.
201 Townsend Road, Moollap.
Warralilly is a place with a great community vibe we like to call the Warralilly way of life. It all started 10 years ago when we welcomed our first resident. In 2022, we've hit another amazing milestone. 10,000 people who call Warralilly home. To celebrate, we're giving you $10,000 towards your block so you can make your mark at Warralilly, Geelong's fastest growing community. Plus, there'll be free family events throughout spring. To find out more, visit warralilly.com.au. Conditions apply.
Thanks to our number one ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Goes to the kick inside 50. Patton comes out, takes a mark. Hamlin hanger. Oh, and told Harrison Smith all about it too, as he gave him a backhander to say get away, and Logan Wagner tells him about it as well. Half time at West Oval coming to its conclusion thanks to Garmy Chicken. Treat yourself to some half-time Garmy Chicken and beer. Jane Birchie's down boundary side. Birchie, it's just chilled off a little bit. The sun's still out, but a breeze, despite coming from the northerly part of the ground, is just a little bit cooler than usual.
Yes, it is, and I've continued to throw that grass in the air, Matthew Lloyd style, and it is still blowing certainly towards the Church Street end and like I referred to earlier, sort of towards the netball court corner, and so they're tricky shots from that pocket down there. But yeah, it's certainly got a few goals in it.
Thank you for that, Jane Birch, down boundary side. South Point Garden Supplies bringing us our ground report. Leopold have emerged onto West Oval. Joey's been out for a couple of minutes. Umpires were blowing the whistle actually to get Leopold out onto the ground and get things resumed. A great crowd has rolled up for this elimination final. Two very well followed clubs, you must say. Leopold has always had a wonderful following, even in their Bellarine days, as the town has grown out there. And St Joseph's, as we know, the word they use, obviously they're not a town, they're a community, and it's a fairly big community that they now with all their football, netball and women's football teams, significant numbers there as well. So, and then you throw in the neutral observer on a Sunday afternoon, and they are here and partaking in a personal Twitter has been going off with people who are as far-flung as Mottawarri, Colac and Warrnambool who are here. Right. Would you believe? So, long way to come and watch a game of footy, isn't it, eh? Warrnambool. Are you awake there? I'm awake. Just making sure. That's all right. A lot of people from the Western District in the Leopold side especially. Well, that's true too, I suppose. That is true. That's true. Strong Western District presence. Mm-hmm. The Herberts, Giddings, Jennings, Burgess, all from sort of western part of the state.
Aborn's got that knee strapped, his right knee, after a bit of an impact collision in that second quarter.
John O'God will keep an eye on that. Hopefully that doesn't influence him. I've become a bit of a fan of the K-Rock team, has Rob Mayborn, since his arrival from Montrose going into the season. Great story as he told us after the South Barwon game about just send an email, firing off an email and
finding himself wearing the green and gold. Third quarter, thanks to Warralilly, about to get underway. Live in Geelong's most awarded community. Here's Jason Doherty.
So Josh Hovey gets the first tap down of the third term towards Reed Adams for St Joey's. Short little kick went towards Antonak. Tate was pushed off the football. Feely pushed off as he got his left foot kicked towards Herbert, the opposite side centre wing, close to the broadcast box. He needs some support. Clohessy didn't keep his feet. Brock Williamson did. His kick back into the middle's okay. Wormburner to Marcus Thompson. Runs defensive side of centre circle. Gets it towards Scott. He can't take the mark, and he's wrapped up by Ferguson. He threw the ball away. Hennessy for St Joey's. He can't pick it up. Worried out of it by Marcus Thompson. Wasn't he just in front of us over this side of the ground? And they've turned the ball over. Leopold. Buckley takes the mark at defensive 50.
Now, Ollie Tate's come from the ground. Keep an eye on it, Birchie, because he's grabbing at the left-hand side of his face, maybe the jaw, after an incident earlier where he hit the deck. He might even be going towards the rooms, is he? Because he's in the hands of the trainers now.
He got a finger in the eye, maybe.
Yeah, was it a poke in the eye? Yeah, okay. He doesn't look to be in too much distress, but he did come straight from the ground once he collected himself. He was probably 30 to 45 seconds without being part of the contest. From the boundary throw-in, Marcus Thompson's done the roving for Leopold. He's kicked it straight out of bounds out on the full. Down to you, Birchie. What can you see of Ollie Tate?
He's just holding the towel up to his eye, so I think you're right. He's got a finger in the eye there.
Nothing worse for St John of God. Clohessy with the resultant free kick, and that might go out in the full as well. It's going to flirt with the boundary line. Webb using the body on Burgess, couldn't reel it in. It's off his hands and out of bounds for a boundary throw. And right in front of our best seats in the house, thanks to Abco Cafe 24/7 and the new Mexican Jaffle. Only at Abco Cafe 24/7 on K-Rock Football. 35 playing 25, third quarter action. Ball back into play. Hovey front position. West from behind winning the tap down. Gow's at ground level. He put his head over the ball. Was wrapped up by the other 9 in Wagner. It came off his knee and rolled towards Hovey. Hovey will bang it on the boot. A high ball. That will flirt with the boundary line. With the flight of the ball, Jennings goes onto the bike track. Unable to complete the mark. It's off hands and a boundary throw in right forward pocket with plenty of crowd ringing the boundary line here, or the perimeter fence at West Oval. Leopold 35, Joey's 25, no move in the score from half-time.
Brandy in the ruck now with West. Both get a hand to it. Jai Thompson wrapped up straight away, not going anywhere. And just as we did in the first half, lots of stoppages around the ball from the ruck contest. West to Grandy. West uses that left hand, palms it down. Clohessy, though, reads it the better. His right foot kick, though, has put that into Church Street. Well and truly wide. And out of bounds on the full. The ball's going to come back to Mitch Burgess.
The last 4 kicks of this game have been on the full, touched over the line for a throw-in, touched over the line for a throw-in, on the full.
Yep, that's the movement of the footy around the boundary,
All
isn't
on
it?
this boundary side of the broadcast box.
And we're waiting for the footy to come back to Burgess, who has gone, it went a long way down the southern end there. He's got it
with the yards.
Yes, near the yards he's going to play on now. And give it as much as he can towards halfback Thompson. Goes up, hits there as well. Front there. Look at Marcus Thompson. He knew exactly where that ball was going to come to. He got it to Wagner, who unfortunately for him turned it over to Josh Hovey.
He gave a handball off to Riley Ferguson, a kick inside 50. Grass on the lead, couldn't complete the mark. He's going to get a free kick for an arm chop, though. Gee, he hit it at pace, Grass, and Matthews got a piece of him, and the umpire said that you got him with an arm chop, and it'll be a free kick to Hayden Grass, who will have a look at his third of the afternoon and a chance to pull the margin back to within 4 points. So between the left hand behind and goalpost would probably be starting point here, Kirsch, with that breeze.
Absolutely, it would be. They just drift over nicely.
Grass,
get a good piece of it.
With 22 goals coming in, 2 this afternoon to give him 24, second only to Ollie Hennessy for goals kicked in the seniors at St Joseph's this year. He does have a bag of 10 in the reserves, Hayden Grass. He sets it on its way. He's hit it pretty well. He's hit it wonderfully well. He's got 3 and his team's within 4 points. Joey's a 4-7-31. St Joseph's a 5-5-35. Third quarter, K-Rock, Warralilly scoreboard. Live in Geelong's most awarded community. Want to know how? Check out warralilly.com.au.
We spoke about earlier when the ball going into the breeze, you can, you still score up then if you can get the ball up, and the hardest part is to transition it up. Marcus Thompson was in the best position front and centre there, knew it was going to get, you called it perfectly, Jace. He set himself up perfectly, but you turned the ball over in the corridor, and Josh Hovey was there again. That one kick behind the play, he's been really good at that.
So back to the middle, Hovey. West goes up, gets it down, rove though by Gow. He's wrapped up straight away by Jai Thompson, not going anywhere. And we'll have a secondary bounce in the middle.
They were very lucky then. They had one extra in the bounce. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's what they're yelling out for.
Yeah.
Yep. So, secondary bounce. West gets it down, comes back to him, tried to give it towards Marcus Thompson, got it away to Wagner by hand. He gets it on the outboard to Feely. Right foot kick inside 50. It's a 2-on-1. Hickey from behind. Buckley in front for St. Joey's. There's Al Hickey, bit of candy. In fact, it was James Hickey who got it away. And couldn't quite get it towards Gow and Adams. And it's at 50. The umpire will come in, ball it up. So, Leopold into attack, northern end of the ground. And we'll have the ball up.
Bannockburn 58, Belpo still 22, so you would suspect that the Tigers are going to advance to next week's preliminary final against East Geelong in the GDFNL. Leopold Sporties West, beautiful tap down, Jai Thompson, but Antonak was ensuring he was not departing the scene anytime soon. He's brought to ground, and we will get a ball up, and that breeze has really got up, and it's blowing through the K-Rock box as well. Just inside 50, umpire Ganacci puts it into the air. Hovey and West in a wrestle. Hovey winning the tap, almost doing his own roving in the end too. Jai Thompson's been omnipresent this afternoon, and he's brought to ground, and we'll get a ball up. So still inside 50 for Leopold. They attack into the breeze in this third quarter thanks to Warralilly, and they lead by 4 points.
So ball up. In fact, is that I think it was a hold in the ruck contest or a block from Hovey on Trent West, so he has it just inside 50, just chips the ball up. Big thump away at the back by Al Hickey. It goes to Hennessy on the outside for St. Joey's. He kicks it around the corner, not going to sit for grass. He gets across there with Matthews, and in the end for St. Joey's, probably the desired result. It's out of bounds, and a reset with a boundary throw in between wing and half forward on the outer side.
Ollie Tate's returned to the field for Leopold.
Thanks, Birchie, for St. John of God there. Injury update, Ollie Tate just with a poke in the eye, so back on the ground. Through the middle, Reed Adams nearly got a poke in the eye as well. He ran straight through and got one nice and high across the chops. And will take the free kick at left half forward for St. Joey's. Wants to drive it inside 50. Humphrey to have Thompson gets to the front. Front and centre from Gow was perfect. He turned around right foot, and it is out of bounds on the full. And the boundary and goal umpires at that end of the ground today have had some work in this right forward pocket. And the free kick's going to come back for Leopold to Jet Matthews.
Yeah, the northeasterly, the prevailing breeze this afternoon, which is no surprise this time of the year at West Oval, as the weather starts to fine up a little bit. Matthews, left back pocket, will bring it towards our best seats in the house. It'll hold up in the breeze. Trent Thompson front position, good spoilo Dwyer. Marcus Thompson front of the pack for Leopold, just jammed it on the boot. Ball sat on its point and up for Al Hickey, who was dragged down by Rob Maybaum as he knocked it out of play. And we'll get a boundary throw. And you know what you get from Al Hickey every time, and that is 100% effort and commitment to the cause. He'll work his way back where he's playing currently on Marcus Herbert. Boundary throw in. Trent West front position. Nearly grabbed it out of the ruck. Palms it into the path of both Wagner and Hughes. The premiership players fight for it. Handball release. Wagner just put it out in front of himself with his Werribee teammate Clahesi trying to close him down. And then Alderton comes across and ensures that ball gets out of bounds. And a stoppage, true centre wing, broadcast side. 8 1/4 minutes gone on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. Port Phillip Ferries, there's no better way to travel. And it's a 4-point Leopold lead. Big double fist from Hovey, as good as a kick, but it was taken nicely by Tate, who on his left hits a high kick to the wing. Maybaum comes with a run. Hovey on the juggle takes a good Hamlin hanger contender.
It's been good Hovey around the ground, hasn't he, Jace? You mentioned it at half-time.
Yes, he gives it away by hand towards Buckley, gives it to Gow, right on the boundary line, works in the phone box, goes long, 3-on-2. Thompson just works his way into the middle to take the mark. Trent Thompson, he wants to switch the ball. Dangerous kick. Muir comes across, puts the pressure on Marcus Thompson. He just stopped and waited, let Marcus run away, and enough forethought and sight to get it to Feely. Inside defensive 50 goes long. Falling over the crucial stage was Tate. Now the ball in dispute. Humphrey gets back there for St. Joey's. It was Austin to Angus. Now comes back to Al Hickey up the chimney with the kick. And at 50, nearly a mark taken by Grasscat, wasn't there for St. Joey's. Ball still in dispute. Working overtime was Jennings. Now Matthews for Leopold. He kicks it back towards centre wing. And it's a free kick down the field, is it? For a push, I think. And it's going to be a free kick to Leopold. It's going to be Brock Williamson.
He'll go short to Pitt, and it caught the St. Joseph's defence just on their heels at the moment, but Pitt now held up. He's just directing traffic. He'll bring it back to centre half forward. Marcus Thompson is marked right on 50, just slightly right of the corridor, but not much. He'll go short, and presenting up is Williamson. It was touched off the boot, and now Williamson will hit the ground running, pulls the kick, but pulls it too far. and through just for a minor score, and the margin is 5. Leopold 5-6-36, St Joseph's 4-7-31, as we've gone 10 minutes on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock. Third quarter of K-Rock football, thanks to Warralilly, live in Geelong's most awarded community at warralilly.com.au.
So Jack Buckley with the kicking in duties for St Joey's. Plays on and goes with a Zach Tui torpedo into the middle. Tate just takes the mark. That is a good mark.
He's got a good pair of hands on his head.
He has. And inside the centre square takes it and goes wide. Looking for Burgess. Can't find him. Gow's there. Leaves it for Alderton. Was that a push hold trip? That was a hold to James Gow, I think, there against Wagner. So at half-back, it will be a free kick to James Gow. He drives it long towards Mullen and Humphrey. Mullen goes up. Oh, sticky fingers couldn't quite take it. Comes to the back towards Liam Herbert. Leaves it behind. Jai Thompson falls over the crucial stage under pressure. Humphrey in there again, working hard for it. That's Austin, and he's wrapped up. And the boundary umpire might need a new whistle too. That didn't sound too crash-hot.
Lost his P, I think.
And we'll have a boundary throw-in right next to the best seats in the house, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. 5 the difference, 11 played in the third term.
De Grande and West will do the ruck work. De Grande, St Joseph's front position, won the tap down ball about 15 metres for his team into the path of Alderton. Hughes just to hold him back. Ball spill. Gordon. Handball release good for Tate. Tate though under pressure into the path of Ferguson for Joey's. He couldn't take it cleanly. Tate had to come again and took the loose ball and was wrapped up in a tackle. Ferguson involved and 40 metres out from the Joey's goal. We will get a ball up. 11 and a half minutes gone. Need to put themselves in front, Kirsch, just to give themselves some belief here.
Oh, they do. At least a couple, I believe.
West won the tap down. Adams did the roving handball at close quarters. Mullen just fired a handball indiscriminately forward, attacking at Burgess and throwing it on the boot, pumping it towards the wing. Giddings went with the one hand, couldn't complete the mark. Cleaned up at the back by Gus Humphrey. High floating ball. Mullen underneath it. Not a bad effort. Pay the mark or free kick. Take your pick. Hamlin Hanger contender if it's a mark. 2 Lions bearing down on him.
Took it with his knees in the end.
And in the end, he was able to clutch it. Yeah, well, rolled down the chest and sort of sat in his lap. And he'll be paid the mark. And the man on the mark will stand 51 from goal. Time's been blown off for the moment as Jack Mullen just does some running repairs on the boots. Just can't get the boot back on. Now he might just have to... He's taken it off for the moment. He's going to kick.
With his...
Is he going to kick with no boot?
Well, he's not going for a shot then, is he?
Because if he's looking for something to present. Ferguson short is his option. He's got another one potentially in Clohesi or Alderton. Alderton took it off the hands of the pack, crossed the face of goal and through for a minor score. And the boot will stay there for the moment. In fact, no, he'll go back and retrieve it now, Jack Mullen, and throw the boot on. He actually might even come to the bench and undo the laces and get it back on, and Leopold through Burgess.
Here he is.
You're actually going to get involved in the contest. And he's taken the mark right next to the boundary line.
So Jack Mullen will kick again without no boot. So he's at centre wing. And just kick as long as you can with no boot, Jack. He does. It's not a bad kick, actually. Inside 50. Big back there. Oh, nearly a great mark for Leopold. And might be a couple of injuries there too as well. The ball spills through to Tate. He gives it away to Gordon. His handball close to the boundary line. And there was no other reason for Sam Hughes to run out of bounds than he was taking it over. And Trent Thompson's taking a while in back play to get up. He looks a bit sore. We'll keep an eye on him for St John of God. And a boundary throw in. 50 metres out from the St Joey's goal.
West, the palm down, the roving Jai Thompson, and he and Gow find themselves in a wrestle, and it's too high.
On the ball.
Yeah, Gow has been deemed to have gone high on Jai Thompson. I think he's a little bit unlucky there. James Gow, Jai Thompson for Leopold inside defensive 50. Tries to get all he can out of the kick to the wing, flying but not marking. Pitt off the hands of the pack. Smith, he got one high from Williamson. That was there.
That was there, but...
And the free kick in the hands of Harry Smith. Smith will now swing a left foot kick inside forward 50. Austin Humphrey with a run from behind, couldn't mark. Brought it to ground though. Trent Thompson's recovered but couldn't take it. Now laying a tackle is Burgess. And there's a Joey's player underneath all that. It's Alderton. And 40 metres out from the Joey's goal. They trail by 4. 14 and a half minutes gone. Kicking with the wind in this third quarter thanks to Warralilly.
Ball up West, up against Grass. Through the middle, Gordon. All fresh air shot. Now Reed Adams tries to take it off Geordie Muirhort. That's his teammate. He couldn't get through. Rugby scrum style, 45 out from goal. And we will have another ball up.
Just think where the source of the goal's going to come from at the moment, don't you?
West gets it down. It goes to Lane, who gets the kick out wide. The Hickey boys are going to raffle this. Alan James, it doesn't sit for them, comes back towards Al, but he leaves it behind as well. Now Pitt gives it to Liam Herbert, who breaks free, goes with the ball inside 50. Humphrey had to be good and needed some support and got some to Grandy. Shuffled the handball away. Harry Smith off the right foot, straight to Mitch Burgess, who takes it uncontested at left half 40, drives it back towards Herbert, and also Giddings, who goes up. Does he take the mark? The umpire said yes, he does. And he is 10 out from goal. And there was 3 or 4 St Joey's players there, but they couldn't handle him going straight up with the hands, taking the mark at the point that he could. He's a big boy, and he's going to shoot for goal from 10 out directly in front. And all the play for St Joey's, Kirsch, and this is the...
wasteful opportunities in their forward half. But what was Harry Smith's kick? What was he thinking? He had plenty of time, and...
pressure of a final.
It was, absolutely. And that's perceived pressure.
Connor Giddings comes in, right foot kick, and he kicks it. So he has kicked his first of the afternoon. And the 6th for Leopold. They go to 6:42. And they lead St Joey's, who have had all the play in the last 8 or so minutes in their forward line and haven't been able to score basically. 4-8-32, so back to 10 points of difference. 16 and a half played third term. Warralilly K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Got to take the opportunities, all opportunities, any opportunities. Scoreboard pressure is everything, and particularly in a final, it's everything. They just haven't been able to do that at the moment. They can't manufacture a goal a minute.
Bannockburn 58, lead Belpost Hill 28. Deal Whitney with a shot at goal for the Panthers to pull them within 4 goals as we approach three-quarter time at the Gordon Oval. From the ruck contest, it was one forward by St Joey's, but pushing the back by Alderton on Marcus Thompson of Leopold, and he's got it just inside defensive 50. He will tuck it under the arm, play on, under pressure from Grass that came, the kick to the wing, and well played by Reid Adams. Used the body well, and Ollie Tate took a nice mark. Adams looked at Clohessy at centre half back, would be better advised getting the ball going forward, and that's where he goes now, looking for Grass, can't mark for Joey's. Off the ground went Lane, West juggled it and took it. He paid the mark, didn't go 15. Handball back to Dixon. Dixon goes wide, and out there taking the mark is Liam Herbert to set things up for Leopold.
He chips the ball back in board. Jai Thompson had to be strong across the ball. He was in front of Antonak, plays on. Left foot kick inside 50 now. Patton comes out. He might get, was that a free kick to Pitt for a chop, I think? He went up in the marking contest. Al Hickey can't believe it. He just hands the ball back to Jake Pitt. And a little bit lucky, possibly.
Larry smiles from the Leopold coaching staff.
Take it where you get it. And Jake Pitt will shoot for goal from 35 out directly in front. So this to make the margin 16. And kicking against the breeze in this third term, Leopold. So 2 in a couple of minutes if he can put it through. Pretty close. Has he brought it back? He has. And that is their 7th, Leopold 7-6-48. They lead St Joey's 4-8-32. And that is on the Warralilly K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, great play by Leopold. They just need to... You've got so many players down at the moment, St Joseph's, particularly in their forward half. They just need a lift from a few others, and just, like I said, that scoreboard pressure is everything. They just don't get
They're bombing the ball in the forward
every time.
Aren't they?
Every set at half time. They need to lower their eyes, and they need to change their... You're playing into the hands of Leopold at the moment, the way they defend, and they structure up so well.
Into the air it goes again, Hovey and Giddings. Giddings may be winning that tap down. Chance here for Tate. Handball on the up to Williamson, who fires it out to our broadcast wing. Feely, great tackle, Clohessy. Oh, wow.
I can't watch this
That's
anymore.
been paid as a push or a sling tackle. And it's not. It has hurt Feely, but not because of anything wrong that Clohessy did. The kick now for Clohessy short to Burgess, and you're thinking this might be done and dusted. They'll need to find a big effort here, kicking into the breeze in the last quarter, Joey, as they trail by 16. Burgess sending it long to a marking target, and Pitt off the hands of the pack. Williamson tidied it up outside of the right boot, rolling, and cleaned up by Kelleher, who sees it through for a rush behind. It was on target from Brocky Williamson, would have been some sort of goal, but Kelleher was able to get back, put it through, and the margin is now 17 in the game, in the hands of the Lions as we approach time on in the third quarter on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock.
Jack Buckley kicks it in. Lane with a big double fist, a push. Shepherd, free kick, Leopold. And Burgess has got it. Chips the ball over the top. And Herbert has to give it back to Lane. Off a step kick. Smothered was from Geordie Newhall. Sees it over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in left half forward for Leopold. Northern end of the ground. So 17 points of difference. We've played 20 minutes in this third term. Port Phillip Ferry's time clock. Port Phillip Ferry's, there's no better way to travel. Boundary throw in. Hovey takes it out the ruck contest, gets a kick towards centre wing. Newhall tracks it back towards the boundary line with Lane. They see it over, and we'll have another boundary throw in. 59 plays 34 at the Gordon Tafe Oval in the first semi-final of the GDFNL. Bannockburn leading Bellpost Hill.
Yeah, thanks to Leopold Sportage, your complete family venue. They need a goal, Joey's desperately. Boundary throw-in. Hovey will grab it out of the ruck after being favoured by the throw-in, but he lost it in the tackle of Williamson. And now we've got a kicking in danger decision that will see a free kick going to Williamson. And Reid Adams was questioning where it had to go. And finally the umpire said, no, Brock Williamson was your man. He wasn't behind the mark. Now he'll send a kick towards half forward. Big fly Giddings, ball out the back, cleaned up by Gus Humphrey of St Joseph's before he's helped out by Tom Scott, and a boundary throw-in at left half forward. So Kirsch has been perplexed by a couple of decisions this afternoon.
38 of them, actually. out of the 60 we're up to.
Boundary throw-in. Tapped down by Giddings. Ball rolling. Hovey can't take it. Williamson was clean. Handball on the up. Wagner confronted by Alderton. Here's your other handball back. Lane didn't take possession. Smartly tapped it back to Williamson. And then he went inboard for Marcus Thompson. Missed him initially, but Thompson was good enough to pick up the loose ball. Jam it on the boot inside 50. O'Dwyer, though, outbody Pitt took the mark and then quickly gave it off to Smith.
Smith now from inside defensive 50. Tries to drill it out towards half back. Needed some support there, Kelleher. And he got some from Hickey, but Thompson was there with Liam Herbert for Leopold, and they were able to see it over the boundary line. So another stoppage, another boundary throw-in into Leopold's attacking zone. They're about 60 from goal. De Grande comes down to do the ruck work against West. Both get a hand to it. Gow in the front for St Joey's. Long kick. It's a 3-on-1 though. Humphrey's got 3 Leopold players against him. Getting back there and helping out there was Jennings. Goes wide to Maybaum, who takes the mark at half back. They're streaming along centre wing. Goes with a right foot kick towards half forward. Giddings goes up. In fact, it's Pitt who goes up and takes it at left half forward. He goes towards Patton. Good kick. Good lead. And Mitch Patton has got the ball on the boundary line about 45 out from goal. And he has kicked one this afternoon. And if anybody's going to kick one from here on the boundary line, on the bike track, it's Mitch Patton right in front of the St Joey's coach's box.
See, most grounds you wouldn't have that run up, would you? Because
no.
you'd have a
down the fence there.
You'd have a fence.
That's right. So he comes in. He's 45 out on the boundary line. Left forward pocket, northern end of the ground. And he's kicked the goal! Lammy's Tavern goal of the day, Mitch Patton. He's kicked his second. And 57 for the season. And he has ripped the heart out of St Joey's coach's box right in front of him as well as he kicked his second. And Leopold against the breeze, 8-7-55. St Joey's 4-8-32. Warralilly, K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
Make no mistake, the degree of difficulty of that. You are going down an incline. Then you hit flatness off the grass, and then you've got to kick with momentum again. That's a great kick. That is a fantastic kick.
Back in the middle, wonderful roving Williamson and Leopold burst away again inside forward 50 down low. Pitt on the half volley. Oh, he almost claimed the mark. Wasn't a bad effort to take it as cleanly as he did. And now the ball's locked up underneath him, and we'll get a ball up 45 out from goal. And I reckon one more goal might just about put this one to bed if it's not already.
Yep.
It's disappointing to say for St Joey's. Tap down, West. And from that stoppage, they're going nowhere. Bottom of that is O'Dwyer. He's wrapped up. We'll get a ball up. About 40 from the Leopold goal, attacking the northern end in this third quarter, thanks to Warralilly. Tapped down to Grande. He did his own roving, but was dumped in a Williamson tackle and slung to ground. And we'll have another stoppage. 24 and a half minutes gone. Leopold will kick with the breeze, although Birchie has just died a little bit from your vantage point down there for South Point Garden Supplies.
Yeah, it has dropped off a little bit. It is interesting, though, that both teams seem to have moved the ball more efficiently into the breeze because they've lowered the eyes and been more accurate and efficient with their kicks.
So Marcus Thompson put it towards the teeth of goal too then. And there's a few cheers for a behind. So it was rushed through for a Leopold behind at the northern end of the ground. They go to 88.56. And lead St Joey's 4.8.32. And Jack Buckley's going to bring it back in for St Joey's. At the northern end of the ground, he plays on, kicks it as long as he can towards Grass, who has to go up third man. At the back, though, William Burgess has got it, gives it away to Jennings. Left foot kick, pretty close to the boundary line, pretty close to the bike track, 2 out of bounds on the full. And a free kick to St Joey's. Luke Webb will take it on centre wing.
25.5 minutes gone, not much time left with the breeze for St Joseph's. They would need to do what Leopold had done in the third quarter in the last term, St Joey's, if there to be a chance to advance. Kick towards forward 50, Maybaum, uncontested, has taken the mark. So Rob Maybaum just saying, we'll settle things down here, gentlemen. Enjoy this 24-point buffer. Maybaum pulls a kick towards from whence it came, flying, getting up high but not marking, was Pitt. Jeez, he's got a leap on him, Jake Pitt. And Maybaum doesn't seem to be too hampered by that strapping that he's got. He's actually going to do some ruck work here. Is he? No, West is going to do the ruck work against DeGrande. Maybaum will just... He's a great size, Maybaum. He does a lot of work as a midfielder, but he can also be versatile enough to ruck. West grabs it out of the ruck, went to handball to one, gave it to another in lane, snapped it around his body. Might have been partially smothered, and it rolls through Marcus Herbert, but the handball is okay for Wagner. Wagner a handball on the bounce. Williamson couldn't take it cleanly, was able to... Oh, taken high, surely a free kick. Umpire didn't see it, and now holding the ball is the decision. So maybe he just dropped at the knees, and under the new ruling, Al Hickey's won himself a free kick at right half back.
He goes into the middle. Dixon puts his hands up, Hamlin a hanger. Does well, Jack Dixon at the back there, and drills the ball out wide as well, and gets it to Sam Hughes, just outside the centre square on centre wing on the outer side.
They're playing a +2 Leopold at the moment, and it's working extremely well in the last 7 to 10 minutes.
Goes towards half forward. There's a chop there in the marking contest. Jake Pitt will take it. So at right half forward on the outer side. Pitt just called to play on now. Drives it as long as he can from behind. Herbert goes up indiscriminately, and in the end, Luke Webb took the mark anyway. Chips the ball to Buckley across half-backs, and Joey's trying to move the ball as quick as they can. It's 27.5 played, 24 points the difference. And it's going to be a free kick the other way. And coming back to Leopold, it's going to go to Tom Feely.
And what was that for?
I have no idea.
There doesn't seem to be much remonstrating. No. You might have got one high.
Yeah, maybe. So Jack Buckley stands the mark. Tom Feely's got the ball, and he'll shoot for goal. He's kicked 3 this afternoon, Tom Feely. And this for number 4. He's kicking from 50. We said the breeze is not quite as strong as it was before. He goes with a right foot kick. It looks pretty good from here. The goal umpire has not moved. Tom Feely's put both hands up, and he's kicked his 4th. And that is the 9th for Leopold. They go to 9.862, and Tom Feely has 4 of those goals, and St Joey's a 4.832. Warralilly K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Not knowing what the free kick was for, that's beside the point, but how good was that kick from 45 to 50 metres out from Feely? He
Never
is
going to miss.
He's a monster of a kick, and very accurate. They are just doing as they please at the moment. There's just a lack of contribution from a lot of players at St Joseph's at the moment.
9.862 playing 4.832. 30 points is the margin. Third quarter thanks to Warralilly. Tapped down by Hovey and West, and then Hovey had another go at it, but Wagner spinning out of trouble, then jammed it on his left boot, but only as far as Callagher. Callagher a handball off. Chance now for Gow. Gow driving it inside 50 for Joey's. Humphrey comes with a run. That was Austin. Found it on ground level, then a handball up. Traffic. Callagher did okay, shrugged a tackle, then pulled the kick. Looking for Grass, who went to ground. Jennings kept his feet for Leopold. He took the footy under pressure from Buckley, got a little shove. Kick on the bounce, taken cleanly by West. Fired a handball out wide that took its time getting to Hughes, and then it bounced away and out of play for
he's paid deliberate.
And it's a deliberate free kick that's been paid.
Boy, he just defended.
So, and is it 50? No. The short kick of Ferguson, and the mark taken there by Hennessy, who hasn't had much influence this afternoon after kicking 4 goals last week against St Mary's.
Well, he has to try and have an influence now. He's kicking from 50 out, and They need a goal, St Joey's, before three-quarter time. He plays on now, gives it everything he's got. Top of the goal square. West comes in, big thump through and a rush behind to St Joey's. They go to 4-9-33. Trail Leopold 9-8-62. Royal Lily K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Short kick in from Gordon, marked by Burgess. He goes outside defensive 50, and Tate has taken it. He'll just retreat inside defensive 50 for the moment. His team enjoying a 29-point lead, and there's a 50-metre penalty for getting in the protected area. Might have been Jack Buckley who found himself infringing, and that marches Mitch Burgess out of trouble. Or was it Gordon? In fact, it might have been Tate. Now he goes short, and then a driving long kick. Jai Thompson, it's a helicopter top of the square off the hands of Pitt. Front of the pack, Callagher for St Joey's, who's happy to concede a behind with a handball, and the margin again is 30 points. 9-9-63, 4-9-33. This quarter has been a long one in terms of what we've seen previously this afternoon. Nearly 31 minutes ticked over on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock, and Bannockburn 60 lead Bellpost Hill 35, with Kieran Fulton looking to give his team a 31-point lead early in the last quarter at the Gordon TAFE Oval.
So the ball, Luke Webb kicked it in for St Joey's towards Oscar Morrison. Ollie Tate was across there as well and saw it over the line. So another boundary throw in, about 60 around from the Leopold goal. Very late stage of the third term here at West Oval. 30 points of difference.
Kieran Fulton did kick that goal, so they lead by 31. Bannockburn, you would suspect they're off to a prelim in a meeting with East Geelong next Saturday.
So throw in. West falls over the crucial stage in the contest. Still got it down towards Tate, though, as the siren sounds. 4 3-quarter time here at West Oval. That's Leopold with a 4-goal third term. 9-9-63. They lead St Joey's 4-9-33.
They call it the Premiership quarter, and while Leopold won't be winning a Premiership today, 4 goals into the breeze while keeping St Joey's to 1 goal 2 is going to prove decisive in this one. They lead by 30 points with the aid of the wind. They'll kick in the final term. They are well placed to advance to a first semi-final meeting with Colac next Sunday here at West Oval. We'll take a break. Back shortly thanks to the new Mexican Jaffle, only at APCO Cafe 24/7. It's Sunday afternoon GFL footy. Live, breathe, Carrot football.
When you turn the radio on, you want to know that you're getting the songs that you want to hear every time. And that's what we deliver. The new stuff. The old school stuff. And the, oh yeah, tune stuff.
Put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
The best music picked especially for you. Live, breathe, Geelong in the Surf Coast. K-Rock 955.
Warralilly is a place with a great community vibe we like to call the Warralilly way of life. It all started 10 years ago when we welcomed our first resident. In 2022, we've hit another amazing milestone. 10,000 people who call Warralilly home. To celebrate, we're giving you $10,000 towards your block so you can make your mark at Warralilly, Geelong's fastest growing community. Plus, there'll be free family events throughout spring. To find out more, visit warralilly.com.au. Conditions apply.
At home, on the work site, in the office, there are some big cleaning problems you just don't want to deal with.
Don't panic. Call Steamatic.
Steamatic has real solutions to your cleaning problems. Graffiti removal, kitchen canopy cleaning, blasting services, or the big industrial jobs, they're equipped to handle it all. Steamatic, a standout job every time and on standby when you need them most.
Don't panic. Call Steamatic.
Essington Street, Grovedale. Visit steamaticgeelong.com.au.
Geelong Bank, a trusted bank that's integral to Geelong's community. Geelong Bank provides savings accounts, home and personal loans, investments and insurance, covering everything from your first bank account right through to buying your first home. A team of dedicated locals investing in locals. It's time you moved your banking closer to home. Geelong Bank, where we grow as individuals, as a community and as Geelong. Visit geelongbank.com.au for details.
Warralilly is a place with a great community vibe we like to call the Warralilly way of life. It all started 10 years ago when we welcomed our first resident. In 2022, we've hit another amazing milestone. 10,000 people who call Warralilly home. To celebrate, we're giving you $10,000 towards your block so you can make your mark at Warralilly, Geelong's fastest growing community. Plus, there'll be free family events throughout spring. To find out more, visit warralilly.com.au. Conditions apply.
Thanks to our number one ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
He's 45 out on the boundary line. Left forward pocket, northern end of the ground. And he's kicked the goal! Lambie's Tavern goal of the day. Mitch Patton. He's kicked his second. And 57 for the season. He's on 198 for his career, in fact, Mitch Patton. So if he jags a couple in this last quarter, he'll bring up his 200th goal in GFL senior footy. 99-63 Leopold. They're on their way to a first semi-final, I should say, out of the elimination final. St Joseph's 4-9-33. They'll kick with the breeze in the final term. Matty Kershaw on the experts chair for multi-skills. Unleash your potential with construction industry training at multi-skills. Kirsch, the third quarter there, really important from Leopold. To kick 4 goals into the breeze, the way they used the footy and found the ball at ground level inside 50 was something that's going to prove the difference, you would think, in this contest.
And there you hit the nail on the head there, Kingy. It's the way they moved the ball. They moved the ball, they transitioned from their back half, which was well set up. They played with a +2. They moved the ball through the corridor really well. They got the switch going really well, and they just maintained possession getting into their forward half. And I think we mentioned it off air that when the ball's going to a contest in their forward line and the ball spills to the front of the pack or out the back, they've got numbers and they hit them at pace and they just create havoc by getting some numbers at the fall of the ball and representation. At the other end, St Joseph's just fell straight into the hands of Leopold, and well coached because they set him up really well, that when the ball went into their forward line high and deep, they were able to defend it with ease and exit. So, look, I would have thought that St Joseph's would have come out after the lessons of that first time with the wind. Lower your eyes, hit the hit-ups. They're going to have a +1 down there, or a +2 in this case, and let's try and maintain a bit of possession. But they didn't, and they wasted a lot of opportunities going forward, and that's really the tail of the tape at the moment. And Leopold went up the other end and went bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, they got the first goal, St Joey's. They got back to within 4 points when Aidan Grass goaled at the 4-minute mark, but goals to Giddings, Pitt, Patton and Feely, and they came from the 16-minute mark. So it was a real arm wrestle there. We were stuck at sort of 5 and 4 points for 10 or 12 minutes there, and then as a result of just being able to open the game up, away they went. And I suspect Paul Carson might have just given his last three-quarter time address. He will have asked for a massive effort and see if they can stay alive into a first semi-final. If not, that is curtains for his coaching tenure at St Joseph's. Leopold, Gary Hocking just holding his boys a little bit longer. They'll break now, and we'll go down to Jane Birch. Birchie, you went down and had a listen to the huddles. What did you glean from either Leopold or St Joseph's?
I made my way out to the St Joseph's huddle, and look, there's still a lot of belief there. They haven't thrown the towel in yet. Paul Hood just urged his midfielders they've just got to play the biggest quarter that they can, and they're still in it, and they just have to give it everything they've got. Paul Carson pulled them in pretty tight at the end, gave them one final address for this match anyway, and there were 3 messages on the board: win the contest, take the ball off the line, and just give it everything you've got.
Thank you for that. Jane Birch down boundary side with us this afternoon, and of course for South Point Garden Supplies, keeping an eye on the conditions, and that breeze still favouring very much the southern end of the ground, the end that Leopold will kick in this final term. So what you're hoping for St Joey's is that they basically have to double their score to win and keep Leopold scoreless, and Kirsch, that's a nigh on impossible task.
Absolutely it is, but I tell you what, I think Kingy, they get the first goal of this quarter, and you watch the Leopold faithful get vocal. The Arthurs in the crowd, they'll be up and about, won't they?
He thinks he's at Jubilee Park today, the way he used to be in the glory days of cricket. Hey, have a look at him.
He just gets amongst the coaches. He just thinks he's part of the outfit, doesn't he? Look at him.
They win a premiership, it'll be about Arthur.
Yeah, absolutely. They are up and about Leopold that quarter, and I think they'll finish the game off strong, Kingy, and they'll set it up nicely for next week.
Final quarter, thanks to Edge Advisory, Sean McWilliam and the team at Edge Advisory joining K-Rock Football through the finals campaign. We're the team partnering with you, making smart money choices, specialising in retirement planning, superannuation, investments and insurance. Umpires just waiting for
one extra on the bench for Leopold.
Last of the crowd to come off. Young fella in number 14, not like they need another number 14 out there.
They've got enough.
Well, the opposition doesn't want another 14 out there. I've got an interesting stat for you, Kingy. Luke Webb has only played this end of the ground all day.
Yeah, wow. And he's gone back behind the footy.
Had it written in his contract.
And he's actually playing on number 14, Jai Thompson, for Wombat Gully Plant Farm.
Against that gone to the outside for the first time today on a wing.
Against Tom Feely. And that's his umpire Ganaccio holding the ball off. Final quarter, you'd think of the season for St Joey's and Leopold to advance. We'll see what unfolds over this last term of football.
Hovey gets it down for St Joey's. Leopold again, the numbers. Feely got it from Thompson. He gave it to Wagner. Goes towards Giddings at half line. Oh, Webb comes across, as always, across half back. Well, when he's playing in the back line anyway. Luke Webb takes the mark. Got it short to Riley Ferguson. He kicks it outboard. It's okay. Finds Harrison Smith.
Hasn't been a lot of this today, has he,
No.
Jace? That switch of the play, taking it off the line.
Yep, so he drives it towards Antonak, who comes in from his wing position, taking it centre half back. So still defensive play for St Joey's. His ball was partly smothered, but falls into the arms of Adams, who gives it back to Antonak, who helped him out. Wants to take it on, takes a bounce along centre. Wow.
I think he was okay there.
Yeah, I thought he was okay. Took a bounce, didn't he?
Yep.
But he's been given a free kick against for running too far with the ball. So free kick coming back to Trent West on centre wing.
West, a handball off to Burgess, who doesn't run too far, and he drives a kick into the left forward pocket. Patton works Smith off the foot. He couldn't take the mark, though. Buckley being held by Jai Thompson. Umpire said play on. Picked up by Gus Humphrey for St Joey's, and he was taken high. And it might be a 50-metre penalty there against Jai Thompson, and it is. Yeah, Thompson knocked it from his grasp, and the umpire was alert to it. And that will march Gus Humphrey into the centre circle. He's now called to play on, so he sends a kick now short. It was partially smothered, wasn't a great kick. Did Grass no favours. Picked up by Tate, who fires a handball very, very wide to Feely. Feely, true centre wing, banging it long inside forward. 50 Joey's with numbers back, too much on the kick. And Smith judged it best, took the mark. 25 for his defensive goal for Joey's.
He goes towards Ferguson, who has to go up against Pitt, the taller. Now Al Hickey gives it away to Ferguson again. He tips the ball around the corner towards Mullen. Doesn't sit for him on centre wing. He's got a couple of Leopold players against him. Ferguson comes across and gives away a tackle as well. So it's going to be a free kick to Gordon for Leopold. Gives it away to Burgess, who runs past a couple of St Joey's players. Dangerous kick, but might work out okay because they've got some speed on the outside here. Feely goes long inside 50 for Leopold again. Patton leaves it for Giddings. Wants to go left, right. He's on the boundary line. Kicks it to the top of the square. But filling the hole is Jack Buckley, and he takes the saving mark for St Joey's.
30 is the margin, as it was at three-quarter time. No addition to the score in this final term for Edge Advisory. Short. That's not a great kick. Buckley's kicked it straight to Harris Jennings. Man on the mark stands 45 from goal. And Jennings, who's kicked the 5 goals this year, notably playing in defence, a chance to put the nail in the coffin for St Joseph's season. Harris Jennings. The Portland product took a wonderful mark to start the season, and a chance to kick a goal to kill off St Joseph's season from 50. Starts at left, looks to work it back. He kicks a wonderful goal. He judged that perfectly, and he's put his team guaranteed into a first semi-final meeting with Colac next Sunday afternoon back here at West Oval. They moved to 10-9-69, playing 4-9-33. Final term thanks to Edge Advisory. We're the team partnering with you, making smart money choices.
Well, when things aren't going well, they're not going well, Jace. And when you just give it back to the opposition, sort of within your defensive 50.
Sort of had 3 or 4 options too, didn't they?
He did. Yeah, anyway, it's just a skill error.
It is today. He's going to curl up in the corner.
Exactly.
Kirsch, I think.
I think so.
West gets it down in the middle again. Herbert Marcus, handball chopped off. Now Gow goes the other way, gets a kick, clearing towards centre wing. Tap back. Gordon tried to get it to Feely. Mullen comes in on centre wing for St Joey's. Too slow. Feely got him, wrapped him up, dropped the footy, advantage paid. Marcus Herbert short kick towards Pitt at centre half forward. 55 from goal, not without a show with the breeze behind him.
I think they're telling him to shoot it up.
The boys at the bench are saying, shoot it up, Jake. He's kicked 2 this afternoon.
Oh, he's within his rights to have a go, isn't he?
Why not?
He's only 50 on the 50.
He's 55 out. He's got the breeze. It's like a 45-metre kick.
He's a good kick.
He's going to kick this to the right-hand side. You watch now after we build him up. But he's kicked it to the left-hand side. Terrific.
Too much.
Angus Humphrey takes an uncontested mark in the back pocket for St Joey's.
He'll go across the face of his defensive goal, and Webb marks between the right-hand goal and behind post. They find themselves a long way from home and in a very big hole. He pulls the kick towards half-back. It's a floater. Clohessy, though, got good protection from Hovey and was able to mark uncontested. So one of the positives out of this year has been the form of young Clohessy, who, of course, saw some time with Werribee during the year, playing 5 games. Kicks to Gow, who surely gets a free kick. Oh, wonderful mark, Gow. controlled it with his left hand and reeled it in despite the pressure of Gordon. Hamlin Hanger contended the kick was intended for Mullen, but it was knocked away. Trent Thompson, a handball on the bounce. Burgess, a bounce confronted by Gow. Handball on the bounce to Marcus. Herbert ran out of room as Buckley takes him over the boundary line. Could have probably dumped him on the bike track, but was a bit smarter than that, Jack Buckley. And we'll get a boundary throw in. Right where the 50 meets the boundary line, Leopold in attack. They lead by 36 points on the final quarter. Edge advisory scoreboard.
So West in front. Hovey pushed him around and got it away to El Hickey. Newhall wrapped up straight away by Feely, not going anywhere. The umpire will come in. And ball it up, right half forward for Leopold. West and Hovey neither get to the ruck contest. Adams gets the handball out. Oh, Maypalm goes over the top of Al Hickey. Rides him like a bucking bronco. Pushes him over the top. Wrestling move. And no free kick there. So another ball up for Western Hovey. West gets it down. Jai Thompson roved it. Left foot kick inside 50. Again, one extra there. And Harrison Smith takes the mark. Dangerous kick. Goes across the 50. It's a 2-on-1, and in front taking the mark is Liam Herbert for Leopold. He chips the ball. Webb comes at it. 4 around, and Luke Webb's going to end up with it for St Joey's as well and get it clear.
He sends a kick wide. Mullen will run onto the ball and take it on the first bounce and then fire a handball forward towards Hennessy. Hennessy's got it at right half forward for Joey's. A driving kick inside forward 50. Back with the flight. Aussie Humphrey. De Grande coming up the other way has claimed the mark. Well, I thought Aussie Humphrey had first hands on that footy, but the umpire was happy to pay the mark to De Grande, and in the end, that's going to be by the by with the result, unless they got on some sort of miracle roll, St Joseph's. Paddy De Grande.
Might be happy the wind's died down a little bit here, Chase. Yes. It doesn't blow it out of his hand.
It's an awkward kicking style. It's a floater that won't have the carrying on the line. It was Jennings who was happy enough just to get a fist on the footy and knock it through for a minor score. So rush behind there for St Joey's, 4:10:34. I've got them at 6 rush behinds this afternoon. And Leopold, 10:9:69. Final term has gone 7.5 minutes on the Port Phillip Ferries time clock.
6 long points, Kingy.
Gordon kicks it in. Oh, goes up again, Jennings. Flies for everything, him and Pitt. They go with the kick towards centre half forward. St Joey's with the numbers, 3-on-1. Patton comes across. Pitt will sit for him. Kick around the corner. Here they come, Herbert. And he actually left, Harris Jennings left it for Herbert. And Jack Buckley comes in and they're not happy. Mitchie Patton's not happy either.
It's going to be 50.
It's going to be a 50. So he was late there, Jack Buckley. Sam Hughes comes in. They're remonstrating with Jack Buckley as Marcus Herbert will come down and put the goal on the board.
I think Leopold players would be best advised not to do anything stupid, wouldn't they?
Yes,
Well, we've got a game to play next week.
I will say this, one did throw one and get one on the chin of Jack Buckley then.
Right. Does he wear number 8?
He does.
Marcus Herbert has kicked the goal. So that is their 11th. 11-9-75 Leopold. St Joey's 4-10-34. And that's on the Edge Advisory Partners K-Rock final quarter scoreboard. And in the expert chair, thanks to Multi-Skills, unleash your potential with construction industry training at Multi-Skills. Here's Matt Kershaw.
Not potting anyone, but James Hickey then.
Not potting anybody.
Well, he didn't actually help O'Dwyer then win the contest and sort of just sagged off and allowed him to get the easy possession and into their forward 50. They've got to make it a little bit harder contest than that to allow the opposition inside their forward 50.
West got high, won the tap down. Jai Thompson to do the roving, nearly overran the footy and then tried to go again. Alderton there. It's been a very handy pick-up this year for St Joseph's. They said he'd come in and fill the role vacated by Jordan Kerris, and maybe not in the same class as Jordan Kerris, but he certainly has given his all this year and they've got good value out of him playing 17 of the 19 games. West from behind won the tap down. Reed Adams, the roving, gives everything. A high kick though that'll hold in the breeze. De Grande front position. Thompson from behind. Neither can mark. Front of the pack is Mullen. He's wrapped up by Lane and Thompson. And we'll get a ball up to Trent Thompson for Leopold. Mullen gives the ball back to umpire Ganachia and just forward of the centre circles, favouring St Joey's. We'll get another ball up. West and Hovey to go at it again as they are most of the day. West winning the tap down. It'll fall for Wagner for Leopold, who jams it on the boot. Buys about 15 metres for his team. Running onto it is Liam Herbert. Left foot kick inside 50. Well picked up beautifully by Hickey, who then barrels the ball outside defensive 50. O'Dwyer, Liam Herbert. Liam Herbert used the body well on O'Dwyer. Took possession of the footy. Fired a handball back to West. West to Jai Thompson, who under pressure Barrels a kick towards half forward. Scott went early. Buckley didn't mark for St Joey's. Ground level, chance for Pitt. Left foot kick inside 50. Wanted Patton too much on it. Was knocked away by Smith. Well done by Marcus Herbert. Spun out of trouble. Handball release. Tom Scott. Oh, he was kicking it before he took possession of it. A fumble. And then it's socked away by St Joey's. But Pitt, can he keep it alive at the boundary line for Leopold?
He can't. And it was like he was chasing he was like a greyhound there.
Yeah, chasing the lure.
Chasing the lure. He couldn't quite get it, but somehow he's got the free kick. Liam Herbert's got a free kick for Leopold, so he's going to drive it back inside 50. Webb goes up, can't take the mark for St Joey's. Falls to the front of the pack. Ferguson gets a clearing kick. Back outside 50 might be okay. Jack Mullen takes the mark. Shuffles the handball to Reed Adams, who runs past. He goes towards centre wing. Thompson Trent gets across there in front of Hannessy. And it will be off his knee and out of bounds for a throw-in on centre wing. Leopold 11-9-75. St Joey's 4-10-34. We've played 11 minutes in this final term. Port Phillip Ferries time clock. Port Phillip Ferries, there's no better way to travel.
84-43 is the score. Bannockburn, Bell Post Hill at the Gordon Tafe Oval for Leopold Sporties. West wins another free kick. Love to know that free kick count this afternoon. Kirshner keeping an eye on it for...
I've run out of ink.
For Curtis Hyatt. West will kick towards half forward, and Tom Scott presenting up, marks on the chest. He swings and looks inside forward 50. Patton is his intended target. Once again, too much on the kick. Double fist, bringing it to ground. O'Dwyer into the path of Callagher. Oh, handball was behind Hickey, who was dumped in a big Hughes tackle and is going nowhere. We'll get a ball up about 25 out from goal. He just had to reach back, James Hickey, for it, and Hughes just pounced on him and gets a stoppage 20 metres from goal. Umpire into the air for Giddings to do the ruck work against Morrison. Roving Reed Adams, kick partially smothered. It was taken by Burgess, knew that it had been touched, so he went high with the kick, went straight up the shot tower to about 25 out from goal. Is that a mark for Pitt? Not paid. And it's now ground level, and it's going to spill out. Tom Scott jammed it on the boot. Patton front position. Did he cop one high? No. Smith did well, slung in the tackle though. Giddings tried to free his arms for a handball, did so, but was taken by O'Dwyer. Gave it to Ferguson, and Ferguson barrels Joey's out of trouble.
Only for a short minute. Dixon, can he bring it back in? He can't. Mullen for St Joey's. Goes out wide looking for Alderton. Chopped off though by Liam Herbert. And he goes back 20 metres, but controls the ball. And they just settle the play down. Leopold, they're on centre wing on the outer side. They drive it inside 50. Webb went up. O'Dwyer was there as well for St Joey's. He dragged the ball back in. The umpire said it's held to him. And we'll have a ball up right in front of the scoreboard in the left half-forward flank position for Leopold. Pitt's going to do the ruck work, I think, against Hovey in the forward zone for Leopold. The ball spills free. Marcus Thompson gives it back to Lane. Left foot kick around the corner. Well, not really around the corner. Out of bounds on the full. That's halfway up the bike track. And we'll have a free kick to St Joey's in the last line of defence.
Some of the crowd starting to depart from West Oval that will have parked their cars somewhere down Church Street or down Waddell Road. Smith with the ball. He'll come across the face of his defensive goal to Oscar Morrison, who marks for St Joey's in the left back pocket. He's confronted by Patton, so loops a handball over the top to Hickey. Hickey with it inside defensive 50. The boundary line is flirted with. Gow did okay to knock it away from Burgess. Chloe Hesse tried to sling out of a Marcus Herbert. Tackled, couldn't. And the umpire says, I'll ball it up. About 5 metres in from the boundary line. We'll see it go into the air. West and Hovey work tirelessly this afternoon. West, you'll get a battle next week against Walsh or Veal, depending on which, or both, next week. It'll be interesting to see how Colac look at selection after their performance yesterday. From that boundary throw, it went out of bounds, and we'll get another boundary throw-in. The boundary umpire's directing where he's going to throw it to both rucks. It's going to swing with the breeze back towards them. West winning the tap down. Gow, the roving was fantastic. Jammed it on the boot to the wing. Bouncing ball over the head of Matthews, but cleaned up by Lane, who's been solid again. Wagner, Jai Thompson, lowered the eyes, pulled the kick. Pitt stretching. Pitt couldn't complete the mark. Ball at the front of the pack. He's Patton. Had his kick well smothered by Smith. It'll roll towards the boundary line left forward pocket. Giddings kept it alive. Handball back to Patton. Patton the snap. Patton with goal 199 of his career. No. Has missed to his near side and has got 2-2 for the afternoon. As Mitchie Patton, the margin is 42, 11-10-76, and Joseph's 4-10-34, 15 minutes gone on the Port Phillip Ferry time clock. Port Phillip Ferries, there's no better way to travel.
Luke Webb with the kicking in duties. Just torp it. Zach Tui stole straight down the middle. Kirsch, what do you reckon?
Yeah, get onto it.
Just get onto it. Come on, Webby. Plays on now. Goes with a drop punt outside 50. Clohesi and Burgess go at it. No mark taken. Adams. Handball was chopped off. Jai Thompson. Left foot kick back inside 50. Morrison, though, reads it the better for St Joey's. He chips the ball short to Smith.
Australia 5 for 201 have chased down Zimbabwe's 200 in 33 overs. Steve Smith with a 48 knot. Glenn Maxwell with 32 off 9.
Surprise, surprise, ball in the middle. Townsville, small ground. Gordon. Kick was smothered. St Joey's fighting hard for it at ground level. Adams. And umpire Ganachia just letting it go. Now we'll come in and ball it up. Right half forward, Leopold. Sting's gone right out of this one. And we're pretty flat here in the K-Rock box. We need some lifting. 11-10-76 Leopold. St Joey's 4-10-34.
West, the palm down. Marcus Thompson is in contention for the Leopold Sporties Award.
No, we're not giving it a pup today. I've already decided that. No,
I'll tell you, he's
Marcus
not getting it. The other three in green.
Marcus Thompson winning a free kick there for too high. Man on the mark stands about 65 from goal. He just sits it up. Pitt will come out of the run. He'll take the mark. He's just such a lovely exponent. In fact, it's Giddings this time who's come hard and taken the mark. It is Giddings. It's a wonderful mark. They've got some blokes, Pitt, Giddings, Jennings, who are just a joy to watch when they're running at stride at the footy and stretching. And this time it's Connor Giddings, and he will go back and have a shot on his second of the afternoon.
Hard to defend at the highest point.
Absolutely.
Down on the mark, 30 from goal. Giddings directly in front to the southern end, sets it on its way, and he hasn't allowed for the breeze, and he's pushed it to the right through for a minor score, and the margin is 43. So a bit of a letdown there off the back of the nice mark. 11-11-77 playing St Joseph's 4-10-34. And it is the Lions on top and on the way to a first semi-final. This final term thanks to Edge Advisory.
So Webb with the footy at fullback again. Plenty of space to play on, so Webby will. And tries to drill it down the middle. It's a good kick too. Finds Al Hickey. Plays on. Handball forward towards Antonak. Handball behind, really. Callagher had to sit and wait, and they're in trouble here. Free kick though, too high. And it's going to come back to Reed Adams in the middle for St Joey's. So he plays on. His handball goes to Harrison Smith. Tries to get around Hughes. Got it back to Morrison. He gets around Williamson. Back to Adams. Oh, bucking around with it though. Antonak comes in to help out. Gets around one. Goes with a right foot kick to half forward. And De Grande behind this time. And there, as we were saying, highest point. And Giddings doing it at both ends, takes the mark inside. Defensive 50 now for Leopold.
84-49 final score. Not too far away at the Gordon Tafe Oval. Bannockburn will advance to a prelim final meeting with East Geelong and keep alive that dream of a Bannockburn Inverleigh Golden Plains all. No, that'll be something else, but East Geelong will have something to say about it next week. St Joey's have got forward to centre half forward. Dixon socketed off the ground for Leopold, only as far as Antonak took on Dixon. And that is holding the ball. He stuck to the task well there, Jack Dixon. Turned into a very handy player, Jack Dixon. Now with 33 games under his belt. Throw a final into that. And he's coming along nicely inside the Lions' defence. He goes laterally with the kick, and it's going to come back from whence it came because the umpire said he wasn't behind the mark. So Dixon now, Gordon will just cruise past him, and he'll give the handball off to Gordon, who he kicked it to before being told to get the ball back. He'll send a kick short, and Burgess has marked it right half back as we approach time on. He kicks to on the bounce, Feely. Feely can feed it inboard to Thompson. Thompson with a kick now inside forward 50, and back with the flight, Liam Herbert has marked uncontested. Webb was just sagging off him, trying to put himself in the hole, and just having a look, I think that's Giddings just doing some sort of Tate, in fact, doing some stretching, maybe a bit of cramp for him.
Take Marcus Thompson off now, wouldn't you?
Yep. That was a little training drill there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Liam Herbert with a shot at goal to push the margin to 49 points. Left-hand goal post will be his target. He'll kick from 35. He starts it there and he works it nicely. Through for a goal. His first of the afternoon, just his third of the season, Liam Herbert. And his team with what's going to turn out to be a fairly comprehensive elimination final victory. They go 49 points to the good of St Joseph's who they've kicked to 4 goals for the afternoon. 12-11-83 on the Edge Advisory fourth quarter K-Rock scoreboard. 4-10-34. And the Leopold 12-11, a pretty handy score against what has been served up by Joey's today. Joey's, by my count, that is their lowest score of the year. And a tough ask it has been as Thompson sends the Lions forward again.
He does, goes to Mitch Patton, who's hungry for more. His handball on the outboard was okay. He gets it back as well and goes to the left foot kick. He's missed it though. And I love how he kicks the ball and then says, I probably should have handballed it. He's never going to handball it.
He does put the hands up to say sorry, but forwards, that's not his job.
That's his job,
Yeah,
that's
exactly
right. 2 goals, 3 this afternoon for Mitch Patton. So Webb kicks it in again, short. And James Hickey takes it, gives it back to Webb. Oh, there's the taunt, but came off the side of the boot to Feely. He gives it towards Liam Herbert. Got Burgess on his outside. 45 out, go for goal. He has, and he's missed it. Drag him. He's missed it to the near side. So through for one behind. 12-13-85, Leopold. St Joey's 4-10-34. Buddha's asking for the corridor just to make sure they keep that defensively blocked. 21 and a half played this final term. Edge Advisory Partners at K-Rock scoreboard. It's all Leopold. Buckley plays on from full back and kicks it towards Clohessy, who has taken the mark at half back. Plays on now. Drives it inboard. It's going to be 2-on-1. Leopold with the 2, but that's a good mark. Oh, Hennessy and got dumped after he got it, and 50 should be. Oh, he hasn't paid it. That was a 50. He went very late there. And the ball, Hennessy has showed a bit to it, to Hughes, who gives it to Patton now. 55 out and closing. Goes to the kick over the top. It's a good kick too, and that's a great mark. Hamlin hanger under pressure. Jack Buckley came across at real speed, and I think it's Sam Hughes, is it?
It's just a contest.
Yeah, it was a great contest. They went whack together right at the marking contest.
He doesn't need that at age 33 or 34, he doesn't. Sammy Hughes.
And he's taken the mark and will shoot for goal from 35 out, 45-degree angle.
Well, shouldn't have got there, Jace, because let's be honest, that's 50 metres every day of the week.
Should have been in the middle.
Yep.
So
he's been a good player, Sam Hughes, over a lot of years.
Kick 1 this afternoon so far. And this for his second and the 13th for Leopold. Good kick off the boot. Goal umpire does not move.
Sam Hughes didn't celebrate.
One behind.
Yeah, they needed the goal umpire then. The crowd did.
So 12-14-86 the Lions. St Joey's 4-10-34. Edge Advisory Partners K-Rock final quarter scoreboard.
I can't be telling Ollie Tate who's on the bench right now, you're not going back on, son.
Ollie, just sit down, he said. Just sit down. Don't worry about it. You don't need to go back on. We're coaching the joint now.
12-14-86 and Joseph's 4-10-34, so the margin at 52 points, and Bannockburn 84 have defeated Belpost Hill 49, so that's the end of the Panthers season. It's unusual when they play finals that they're gone anything earlier than a prelim. Oh, the kick back inboard. Tom Scott couldn't take the mark and make St Joey's pay. Callagher picked up the loose footy, dumped by Scott. Ball spills out. Patton a handball, tried to get it to Jai Thompson, who knocked it on. Smith got involved. In fact, it's Adams. He had a little drop kick that's landed with Marcus Thompson. Handball a bit hot for Feely, but he reeled it in. Handball into the space. Wagner or Marcus Herbert sat for neither of them. Clohessy cleaned up, and he kicked it straight up the shot tower. Holds up in the breeze, and De Grande came up and took a good mark on the chest just to hold things up for St Joey's and get them out of trouble for the moment with a kick that will go very, very wide, and he finds Hennessy.
Hennessy now at half back, chips the ball over the top. Oh, Mark taking Al Hickey and then called to play him because he got rid of the handball. I don't think he thought he was going to get made the mark. Yeah. And the ball comes, spills free, back to James Hickey, handball to Ferguson, had to sit and wait for it on centre wing. And he chips the ball towards Humphrey, but Giddings back there supporting. And close to the boundary line on centre wing. Giddings works in the phone box to Jai Thompson. He gets a little left foot kick up towards Herbert. Got one hand to it, couldn't take the mark. In back play too, we'll just keep an eye. I think it might be Sam Hughes. The ball still free. Humphrey gets it to De Grande. He's handball over the top to Ferguson to shuffle it to Antonac quickly. He's handball to De Grande. Right foot kick on centre wing. St Joey's moving it now through a chain of handballs. Kick around the corner by Callagher. Very close to the boundary line. Giddings, handball over the top. It's like a training run. It's keepings off. The ball comes back now. Leopold go back towards half forward with the kick, but Humphrey comes across. Free kick found for a block, I think, and Leopold will take the free kick. And it will be Sam Hughes with it.
So he appears to be all right for
No, it's
Johnny
Tom
Gordon.
Scott actually coming off with a finger, I think.
Short kick over the top, Gordon into the forward pocket, actually just outside the forward pocket where Wagner has the footy. Logan Wagner, he'll concede back, and Tom Gordon, they just got each other in their super coach teams. Just racking them up.
Messi rule.
Sends inside forward 50, very much so as DeGrande sags back, helps out and takes the mark. Oh, that awkward kicking style, and Jai Thompson has picked off the kick intended for Riley Ferguson. Can that kicking style of Paddy DeGrande be adjusted, Kirsch, or is it?
Not at this age. It's funny, isn't it? Because you sort of, as junior coaches, you're probably, your role is to develop players' skills and ability, and it's funny how it's stuck with him the whole way.
Jai Thompson, this would be a fitting finale to another solid outing from the 2016 Premiership skipper. Game 195 of his career, and that has fallen short. That kick, and Webb is able to knock it through for a behind, and the lead is 53. 12-15, 87, playing 4-10-34, 26 and a half minutes gone, final terms. Leopold, they're off to a first semi-final and a finals win at their first attempt under Buddha Hockey.
Ferguson gets the mark inside defensive 50, gives it away to Callagher. Runs from defensive 50 towards centre wing. Oh, James Gow takes a Hamlin hanger. Oh, James Hickey leaves the football behind, and he needs some support. Might come back to Gow. Do it yourself, brother. Gives it away to Antonak. Gives it back to Gow. Oh, missed it. Lane comes in. Alderton comes in at half forward as well. And the umpire is going to pay holding the ball here. He is. And the free kick. He said he's dragged it in there, Zach Alderton. And
13-2 this quarter, Leopold way.
Nick Lane will take the free kick. Oh, chip the ball. Jeez, he's shown a bit for Trent Thompson. Humphrey, blind turn. Kick the Lambie Tavern goal of the day. He has kicked it across the face of goal, and Nick Lane has taken the mark again. I've tried my hardest, King.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got it again.
Humphrey, that's a wonderful mark. A Hamlin hanger contender from Aussie Humphrey. Over the top he went of Tom Gordon and reeled in a wonderful mark, and he'll kick after the siren, but Leopold have advanced to a first semi-final. The tenure of Paul Carson is over at St Joseph's in disappointing fashion, and this is all about Aussie Humphrey. It would be a wonderful finish to a wonderful mark. He'll kick from about 40 metres, no pressure, sits it up into the breeze. It's not a bad effort, and it doesn't get the distance in the end, and that is game over. And it's Leopold who survive and advance. They are through to a first semi-final and a meeting with Colac. A big win, 12-15-87 to St Joseph's 4-10-34. They kept the Joeys to 1-3 after half-time while kicking 7 goals 10 themselves. A comprehensive performance, and a performance that holds them in good stead, Kirsch, heading into next week and a clash with Colac in the first semi-final.
Absolutely it does, and particularly your confidence going into a final where you're playing 4th v 5th, and St Joseph's coming off, knocking off the top side, and Leopold in some really good form. You don't expect to come to a game and win like this, and the way they dominated from start to finish is going to hold them in great stead for next week, and a lot of confidence against a side who's not travelling that well.
No. Colac have got some injury concerns, so there are some worries there for them going into next week. We're into the 5th quarter, thanks to the Sandman Mattress Factory. Sandman Mattress Factory, of course, sleep better with the Sandman's locally made two-sided mattresses. They are made to outlast any other. Birchie has gone down onto the ground, and we'll hopefully have a quick chat with one of the Leopold players before they head off into the rooms. We'll have a big 5th quarter. We'll speak to both coaches and also our Leopold Sporties Player of the Day that'll be judged by Matty Kershaw, that will also double as our Steamatic standout. But if you're at the ground listening to us and didn't get that score, they're quick to close the scoreboard down.
They're home. They're out.
12-15-87 to 4-10-34. Talking about round the grounds for Leopold Sporties, Bannockburn 13-6-84 has defeated Bellpost Hill 7-7-49. And Geelong AFLW, they are 2 behind 6 minutes into the second quarter, trailing Richmond 1 straight 6. And it still appears that at the top end of AFLW, the footy is really good, but at the bottom end, there's still some way to go. As Jane Birch is down, standing right next to Mitch Patton, and we'll fire a couple of questions as he makes his way off the ground. Birchie, come on in as you have a chat to him for Geelong Marine World.
Congratulations, Mitch. You must be rapt at how the team stuck to the task all day. Tricky breeze, but you really set that